It's gonna be a long one. The ballot has like, let me double check real quick, 120 players, 119 players. And I'm gonna be honest, doing just a second half year ranking, I have no clue where some people are gonna be at all. As you can see, we're going to be ranking a lot of players, but for the sake of my sanity, I'm keeping all the players here in a scrap sheet for ordering just to make my life simpler, because I don't feel like trying to change out numbers when we try to figure out a bunch of orders and stuff like that. Okay, so this is kind of how the order of operations on how I think I want to handle the ballot. I think top 10 first, like just get the top 10 ordered, solidify that, and then a top 20, and then we're just going to go through every player that's left after that and try and order them in some sort of way, because I think after top 20 it's going to get real nebulous real quickly. It's going to be real tough, I will say. That being said, we can kind of go over everyone who's here real quick at the start, just so y'all have an idea of every player we're rating real quickly. So in alphabetical order, we have Akola, the C player, Akakusu, the hero player, Akio, the Shulk player, Alan the Snake, Andre Captain Falcon, Apollo Kage, I'm not going to name all their mains, Apollo Kage, Ashimo, Base Mage, Beast Mode Paul, Carmelo, Chag, Chon, Crepe Saleh, Danny, Daigoro, Doramigi, Elijman, Fire, FD, Phantom, Ferraraman, Gachipi, Gact, Glutony, Gorioka, Gilhu, Hurt, Icy Mist, Jagabata, Jazo, Jackal, Karage, Ken, Kept, Kiarash, Kola, Kome, Korinku 1219, Kuhaku, Karama, Kirofune, Kiropanzu, Lammers 44, Lax, Leaf, Wambazona, Light, Loaf, Louis Money, Lugi, Level 1, Motsunabe, Meister, Manny, Marcos, Mark, Masa, Mate, or Mati, Mildna, HO, Mitaru, Mia, MK Big Boss, MK Leo, Mo, Monte, MPG, Mutace, Naucha, Neo, Neono Kombu, Omega, Osh9, Ouch, Peepnut, Ploopy, Riflo, Raki, Rarix, Raaru, Reno, Rimu, Right to Shia, Ryope, Ryukai, Saya, Shadik, Shanik, Shiny Mark, Shion, Shirayuki, Shuton Sin, Siski, Snow, Sonix, Spargo, Susu, Syrup, Taike, Tamapi, Daifuku, Tamego, Tarek, T, Toragiri, Toon, Uwame, Umeki, Waka, Wrath, Xavier, Yara, Yeast, YI, Yonepi, Yoshidora, Yuzu, Zog, and Zomba. So there is all the players we're going to be looking at today, and you can tell it's a lot. We're only considering the second half, right? Yep, this is a second half only ranking, so it is going to be, I think the dates are, what is it? July 8th to December 15th. Hey, SEG, welcome. We got a lot of players to look at today. So as I said, we're going to do first a top 10. I think solidifying that order will help kind of start filling out the rest. Top 10, then a top 20, and then we're just going to look at everyone in alphabetical order and try to order from there. So I will say the 4 players I have already looked at beforehand because I knew they were going to be the top 4, and I wanted to have an order right off the bat and not just deal with trying to figure it out. And I think it's a pretty agreed sentiment that these are the top 4. Mia's definitely our number 1 for just this time period. I feel like it's really hard to argue otherwise, right? 1 Supernova and Riptide, top 2 at Umabura, top 2 at Kagaribi 14. Like every important event, he's up there. Insane generational second half of the year for Mia. Definitely, if it was just a second half year ranking, he is number 1. And I don't think there would be much argument that Doramigi would be right behind him. Or another Sumabato, yes, Mia has been winning. That's right, he did win the Sumabato as well. Doramigi right behind him, number 2nd at both Supernova and Riptide, did beat Mia at Kagaribi, was not at Umabura. And on top of that, you know, just great performances outright across the board. I don't think anyone's going to really complain here. Number 3, kind of filling out that top 3 at every big event, if I'm not mistaken. Top 3 at Supernova, top 3 at Riptide, top 3 at what's the top 3 Riptide? He's just been top 3ing a lot of events, and then also won a major in France, won Smash Mania. I I don't think this is too controversial to say that Hurt is the third best player in this time frame, and then that Aquila rounds us out at 4, where Aquila does have the Umabura win, does have he got 4th Umabura, thank you, behind Ashimo and Hurt. Gotcha. Behind Ashimo for Hurt. Gotcha. One Smash Mania Ult Core. I forgot about Ult Core. But yeah, I think Aquila 4th, even though he does have the Umabura win, he also has that 9th at Saibugeki that's in this time frame. 7th, I think, only at Riptide as well. Was not Supernova. And placed... Where did he place at Kagaribi? Oh yeah, someone put together in the Discord like a filtered list of all the players on Super Major, so we're gonna have a very fast time at least of getting every player we need to look at. I'm hoping we could just like... Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, he did win Impact Major, he did win Umabura, but kind of behind Hurt at both Riptide and Kagaribi. So yeah, I think this is a pretty definitive top 4. Hurt's consistency just, for me, barely placing out Aquila's up and downs in terms of comparison of what we expect from Aquila. Is the music too loud for y'all? Just wondering. It's a little loud for me. Maybe it's because of my new headphones that I feel so loud. It's gonna lower it a bit on my end. So that's our top 4, and we're gonna try and figure out the rest of the top 10 based kind of on head-heads to this, as well as head-to-heads against each other. So let's make a short list real quick of who we think else is going to be in the top 10. I'm definitely going to accept some recommendations from chat because this is where it's going to get hard. We'll probably look at Carmelo. I don't think Ashimo's up there. He's definitely top 20, but I'll at least look at him because I feel like he's close. Scrolling through. I'm trying to find who... Peepnut we gotta look at and talk about because he's had a, just for the second half of the year, insane season. Raaru's someone we probably should look at as well. Just because he's missing that first half, the first 2 months, which was his weakest part of the season. Even though he's missing Kagaribi, he's still very much a contention for the lower end of top 10, I feel like. Spargo and Sonix, we're waiting for that. Yeah, they're obviously up there as well. Keep doing that so we don't have to scroll down so much every time. Toon, Zomba, probably also someone we should have to look at as well. How many players is that? 9? Anyone else we feel like we're missing? I'm looking at chat if anyone else has been mentioned. Leo? We could look at Leo too. I don't think Leo's in the top 10. Probably very close, but I'm down to look at Leo as well for this second half. Also, for the sake of things, we're going to consider wins on, even though they're like not on the list because either they're obviously like Auden is banned and then Tweak was missing for a lot. We're going to still consider wins on those 2 players to be pretty good in the top 20-ish range, if top 15-ish wins, just because they are very strong players, even if they are either banned or absent throughout most of the season. I think this is probably it if we're going to talk about potential top 10 candidates for the second half only. I don't think there's really anyone else who comes close enough in my eyes. Yeah, I think this is a good short list for to look at. So we're going to go down the list and we're going to kind of just examine everyone, try and figure out the ordering of just these 10 players, which is already, I feel like, going to take some time. So first and foremost, we have Ashimo. Is there a faster way for me to like open the full page and not just get like this weird short page? Nope. All right. That's unfortunate. So Ashimo has had a pretty good second half of the year. I'm going to zoom out a bit because this is... I want to actually look at everything all at once. So our cutoff here is... Oh, nice. It's filtered by date. So this is literally all the events. Yeah. Okay, this is awesome. I'm so glad for who set this up in the Discord. I need to shout them out because this is awesome, actually. Callie? Shout out to Callie for setting this up. This is really, really sick. So a little all over the place in some results. Exploded at Ult Core. I think this is where they lost to... I don't even know who this Steve player is, and they just ran into Masa, unfortunately, really early. But overall has a very, very like good highs, good like weird lows. Expand events. Oh, nice. We could just do that for all of them. Yeah, pretty solid run on Glory. Pretty solid run at Citadel. Nothing too crazy. Interesting run at Port. Did fall to Lammers and Toon. Though Toon's on this short list, so it's definitely not like the worst. Calgary was an excellent run, or just I should say probably a run that is expected. Cafeteria Cup was not great for Ashimo in terms of just kind of taking losses that are not even going to be, I think, in consideration for the season. Sumabato was okay. T-Win's good. So a lot of okays. I mean, this is a very good run, but I'm really not seeing wins against some of the bigger folks this season. Like, so far on the short list, MK Leo is, I think, the first win I've seen that the players were looking at. Yeah. And this is the big run, the tournament defining run of Ashimo's season, which is his third at Umabura, where he beat Raaru and Hurt, which are pretty big names that we're gonna have to look at here. So got some head-to-heads there. Leaf is also probably gonna be a player that's gonna be ranked pretty high for this. So that's also a pretty notable win right now. Shit the bed, Old Corporate already looked at that. Then did win this Sumabato, but like Kordinku are the only two names out of like this entire win list that we're even looking at today. So yeah, it's a little all over the place. I right now would probably put Ashimo towards the bottom of this potential list we're looking at. Maybe he'll sneak into 10. I don't know. Yo, Easy, I'm glad I finally got the chance to watch one of your streams. I watch your stream highlights all the time. I appreciate how much you highlight Eugene Bound Summers. I was a TO. Thanks, I appreciate it. Welcome. This is gonna be a very long one, so listen to my rambling for the time. What did you say was his best run? Third at Kagribi, first at Kowloon against Raaru IRC? You mean third at Umabura, right? This is probably his better run, considering some of the lists of names I'm seeing here. I mean, I'm trying to think of who we beat at Kowloon. I mean, it's not even part of this list, so I don't know exactly who we beat there again. But yeah, I'd probably keep Ashimo towards the bottom half of like likely not in the top 10, probably very, very close, because I don't think any other player outside of this list would be above him. But I'm gonna keep him to the side for now. Carmelo is interesting because he missed a lot of this season, right? Kowloon is like, can Carmelo Raaru know? I know Ken was grand finals, I think, but I can't remember who. Oh wait, this is only second half. Yeah, this is only second half, which is why this is weird. Which is why I should not do it through this way. I should do it through this, now that I'm remembering. Carmelo went to 3 things this season. Yeah, this is why it's going to be weird. We got 5 events on here. He does make attendance if it was only a half-year ranking, I think. So, let's expand everything. Let's go from start of season. That's easier. So he didn't start attending anything until October. He did beat Miru at a C tier. And then he had that very, very good run at Sumabato, where he got second, losing to Rocky and Mia, but also beating Ashimo, Rocky, Hurt, Roderick Snow, Kiro Ponzu. So a lot of players we're going to be looking at on this list. At 9th at Kagaribi, where he lost to Iwame and a Hurt of all players. But still overall like a solid run. It's just kind of like a empty-ish run in comparison to what we're going to be looking for top 10. Then had that pretty crazy run at Port, but also was kind of like his best win of likely Siski. So it's kind of a weird empty-ish season, but in terms of where I'd put him right now, like obviously I would put him above Ashimo, but I don't know if I'd put him that high in the top 10, just because so far it feels kind of easy. Not as far as the Wrath situation. Yeah, it's weird. It's like his best run is at Sumabato. I mean, like, I'm still not going to discredit a third at Port because everyone else got upset. He still is a very consistent player, but because we're going to be working at such a short time frame, I have to be so critical about everything, which kind of sucks. But I mean, it's still a good run. It's like a best wins of like Milano, who's probably top 50, Torgiri, who might not end up being top 50 despite that run, just due to the fact that the rest of the season's Siski, who's like a potential top 20 candidate somehow, like just amazing second half of the year. And then Shattuck, who might be, I don't know if there's top 50 second half. I don't remember everyone's season just in this time frame. It's such a weird blur to me. It's probably also because it's the time I stopped working on the rankings, so I'm not like as in tuned as I remember all the events. Why are you guys doing a panel for 25.2 of UltRank is full year? Just more of an experiment. Yeah, kind of an experiment. It's kind of like for the people who has, you know, who likes the half years more. It's kind of just having something supplement in that sort of way. And I think people also want to see what a panel might look like in nowadays. So we'll see how it goes. Shaq has a top 50 argument. Yeah. Siski and Reflow turned up so much a second after. Yeah, there are definitely two players I'm going to be looking at pretty early on this list. Anyway, let's kind of look at Leo. Leo's definitely going to be a bit interesting to me because I have no idea where I'm going to put him, to be honest. Yeah, the mainly ages second half of the year too for Leo, which is really interesting. Port was rough, but that's it. Yeah, like it's been a really good season. I know, yeah, the start off with beating Kurama or trading sets with Kurama at UAS. Link was a really good event for him, if I recall. That was pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, just losing to Spargo and Shiny Mark, actually. He went Rob against Shiny Mark? I didn't even know that. That's funny. He went Spy with Plant against Spargo. That's also really funny. I forgot about this event, honestly, outside of the grand finals of Spargo versus S Factor was a really good event for him. Hurt, Anin, Gluto wins, Mo. Only lost to Syrup and Waka. So Waka's another player we're probably gonna be looking at really early on too because of this S Factor run. Fist Bump was losing to Ashimo but beat Gact and Gluttony. Eugene Bound was of course his major win for the year and then beat Mutace, Chackle, Lammers, Kirash, Sonix. This is a really good major win too. Shout out to this. This is a sick run. Smash Mania was the one that was like okay. He did lose to Luigi, who's still like probably a top 50 contender, but nothing really too special there. Won Legends beating Zomba, which is pretty big. Also picked up a Manny win, who's definitely someone we're gonna have to look at for top 100 this season. Third Cafeteria Cup is interesting, but he did get the Ashimo run back here. Double win Zomba clip of the year. Yeah, that Legends Grand Finals was sick. Oh, I forgot he went to Kagurivi. That is true. I forgot. I mean, a collection of pretty good. His best wins so far are Zomba and Ashimo. I wouldn't consider them. Oh, that's not true. Sonix as well. And this really rough port, which is kind of like what, like the unfortunate thing that we're gonna have to, like, it's definitely gonna hurt a lot because that Yeast is like at least on the list. It's something we're gonna have to consider talking about today. But RMA is a tough loss, especially for a top 10 level. I don't know where exactly I want to put Leo off of this data set. That port's tough. Like, it really is tough. But I'm more impressed, I think, with his season than Ashimo's, if like based on everything I'm looking at. Outside of the port run, like everything else to me screams stronger in general. Not as many empty runs, not as many, and not even like random losses. Like they have the same amount of like not great losses, but I think just his overall wins are better. I would probably put Leo above Ashimo at least. Carmelo is a bit weird. I don't really know how I want to rank Carmelo just yet. I'll keep him below Carmelo for now. Yeah, he's similar to Ashimo way. Yeah, like he is similar to Ashimo, but I think just better. I think I'm just more thoroughly impressed with what I see from Leo there. All right, Peepnut is very much up there. I feel like I'm gonna end up ranking Peepnut way higher than I expect. Why does it keep resetting this? Stop it. What even song are we listening to? Where are you? There you are. Dude, Peep's gonna be, I think, higher than I even think, because just this season, I recall, is kind of fucking insane. All right, starting off with, like, this was, I think, his worst event of the season, which is the Redea Fair World Tournament, if I'm not mistaken, where he got fourth to losing the Physics of Dominator. But when it comes to regionals, I'm not the biggest nitpick about it. 2 wins at Cola, insane Supernova run where he beat Ken, Spargo, and Anin. Riptide definitely also probably his lowest major run, if I'm not mistaken. But even then, like, lost to Toon and Shuton, and then still beat some solid top 100 players we're going to be looking at too. Another C tier win over like wins on Anarchy, and then of course the big first super big run from him, major win was Makes Moves, where he beat Toon, Sonix, Mutace, AK, and then ending with Dash Dance, where I think a lot of people just got upset. I mean, this is just a great season. I don't know how else you could really throw that way, but definitely at the top of the list right now. definitely in the top 10. I definitely put him above Carmelo too. So he was quite consistent. Yeah, very. And just has some amazing wins this season. It's interesting how little people though have wins on this category. Like I think Hurt is the only player that I've seen have losses, and it's to these three guys. Everyone else hasn't. And it shows how dominant they've kind of been. All right, let's look at Raaru, because Raaru is also a player who really intrigues me this season. We want to do through this. Peep hasn't fought the superheroes of the game the second half. He beats everyone else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. He sees everything okay in the background. Someone is honking or some shit. You're probably hearing a sander. My wife, we've been working on redoing parts of our kitchen right now, and she's right now sanding down part of it. So I apologize if that my mic's picking it up. I don't think I can really do anything about it because the door's closed and everything. It should be for too long. All right, Raaru started off by winning the really jank Sumabato, where like he was the only top 8 seed in it or something like that, or like one of the two. Had a very strong run at S Factor. I mean, wins on like Ouch, Light, Siski, and then the big one on Mia too. Double, yeah, we're gonna have to look at Waka pretty early. Fromin runs funny, yeah. Solid Supernova, all things considered. Like once again, Shattuck beat Wrath again, Light again, lost to Anand and Syrup. 5th at Umabira. Like they're just good runs. There's nothing like, even at 9th at Riptide, he still beat Toon, who's someone on this list we're gonna have to look at. I mean, that Mia wins right now doing a lot for him. Won another Sumabato, I don't even remember this, over Ashimo, Ken, and Rocky. This is the one event where he kind of exploded. But he still picked up wins on like Tama P and Shion for 25th. And right to Shia, who's on the list that we're going to be looking at, and the loss to Yuzu and Leaf. And Leaf is definitely a player who's going to be like high in the top 50 at least, due to his Kagaribi and Umabira runs. All frames, I forgot this event even happened. I mean, Raikai Susuchi wins is pretty good, and then just lost to Zomba twice. Oh, by Tori, and then ending kind of, I don't know, a weird regional loss. This is a really good season for the most part. Just where would I put him is kind of the weird one. Because it feels like every event he's at least picking up some form of top 20 win. And then being one of the few players on this list, I think that's going to have a win on Mia. It feels like a pretty big deal. He also does have 2 major wins too, which is crazy. Where would I put Raaru in comparison to everyone else? I'd probably put him below Peepnut. I'd at least put him above Carmelo though. Just to the fact that he has more to begin with. Like Carmelo has like 5 events are good, but I just feel like everything about Raaru's season feels better. If just at least in my eyes, he only has like 1 event that feels rough, and that's kind of Obaitori. And even then, Saya and Yara are not bad losses. Like I wouldn't say there's any real loss here that feels tough at all, to be honest. This is a really, really consistent season. Yuzu's the only one that, like, this is probably the worst loss is Yuzu. And his win list is still pretty good. Like, it's a typical Raaru season in terms of having very strong wins and very little on the very top echelon, but that Mia win to me still makes a big difference. Oh, but Obaitori isn't this season? Oh, then yeah, Raaru's definitely above Carmelo. All right. I'd still put Peepnut above Raaru, but that's definitely where I'd at least fit Raaru in this top 10 area. Dude, the fact that I am 40 minutes in and I'm not even like through the top 10 scares me. Okay. Who's next on the list? Sonix. I already told my wife this is going to be probably a very long stream and not to expect to see me for like the rest of the day. It's after the end of the whole 2012 season. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Sonix hasn't, like, it's like 4 events, right? And a random C tier, we lost the Capitancito. Okay. So yeah, the Blink respawn did beat Shiny Mark. I mean, this is just a great season for how little it is. Second again at Eugene Bound. Wins on Leo, Mute, Ouch, Andric, Toon. Second at LMM. Did lose to Mute, but went on a monster losers run as well. And then, yeah, winning Port. I mean, if I don't, like, he's at the top of the list right now. I don't know who might surpass him, to be honest. It's really tough. I think the only players capable of passing Sonix for 5 is Spargo and Syrup. But he's easily up there. I'll come back. Yeah, I'll leave him at the top. I think he likely will end up being my 5 because I feel that is such a weird, hard season to kind of contest. I think Spargo to me might be the only player who might. Right, I have to do it through this. Might beat him out. Funny that's majority plant too this season. Like he will be on the graphic probably as plant. So Spargo's a lot of regionals, but like his overall, like Blink is he fucking swept beating Sonix and Leo. S Factor, he did take the Syrup loss, but beat Mia, Syrup, Anin, Syrup again, Big Boss. And this is the last major that he went to where he beat Peepnut, but he still beat so many good players. I think this is a Candle, then Tarek, Zomba, Syrup, Peepnut. And then just started farming regionals for a while. Went to Spain, won a B tier. A lot of Waka wins. Yeah, a lot of this after this is just going to be his regional performances. He does have that one really weird loss to a Terry player, a Stromer. Do I put Spargo above Sonix though? Part of me actually wants to say yes though. This S Factor run's insane. And it does have the head-to-head on Sonix. I mean, even the Supernova run for 4th is still fucking great. His head-to-heads are probably just better. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way. All right. I've already said I don't know who's going above Sonix. It's Spargo. Oh, shit. Okay. We're up to Syrup. This is probably the only other player who I think I might put above Sonix this season. And I need to take a really deep look into what exactly he's done, because I honestly don't entirely remember. It's going to be a lot of Zomba wins at regionals or Zomba losses. S Factor is one of his defining runs this season, like in general. Probably his best run, right next to Cavalier Clash, in my opinion. Leo, Siski, Waka wins, and then being the first Steve to beat Spargo since Akla, it's at like 2022. Super fucking amazing tournament. He got 7th to Supernova. I think this is where, no, he beat Akla at Riptide. I mean, Raaru, Shutaneo wins. And this is the big one. Yeah, Riptide was also a crazy run. Akla, Zomba. Honestly, I might consider Syrup above Sonix, to be honest. Like, I know this is the one bad run, but even then, Lee Money and Monte are like top 50 losses at worst. Yeah, this is not in season. I really like this season a lot. There's a lot of insane wins. A majority of the losses are against players likely but ranked in his area. I would honestly put Syrup above Sonix. Even though he doesn't have a major win this season, just so much of that is insane. And like with the amount of attendance also for Syrup, only one really bad event, or like one in context bad event, is crazy. Yeah, no, Syrup's definitely number 6 at least. Toon. So Toon's kind of gonna be like, is Toon in the top 10 or not kind of player for me. I have to remember exactly what the second half entails for Toon, because I know at least CEO's not in it, which is arguably his worst tournament of the season. So I'm curious where to start. Actually, his S Factor was okay, if I recall. He's got a Chile event. Sorry, Chile, but I can't really consider a lot from you. S Factor. Oh, he got 9th at S Factor. I don't know why I thought he got 25th. I mean, this is just beating a lot of Mexico depth, as well as Big Boss. Pretty good run for like his breakout major run. And then the Supernova run, where he beat Shutan, Illegitimate Violence, Beast Mode Paul. Like a good collection of wins. Riptide, I mean, he beat Peepnut here. Like, once again, yeah, majority of these are pretty good, but is it good enough? Ichigo Kan's like beating a bunch of players who are going to be below him. It's still a very good selection of wins. Syrup, all right, so there's the first like super big win on the list. Like Syrup and Peepnut are the 2 really big ones right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, Shutan Light are also worth mentioning. Or he lost to Light. He did beat Light at some point, didn't he? No, he lost to Light twice. All right, never mind. Port was okay as well. Tweeka obviously is a pretty big notable win, even though we're not really ranking him this season, and then Ashimo as well. Then of course the big one being winning Citadel, his first major win, where he beat Syrup again. Hello, Lichman. Thank you for the Freddy Fazbear emote. Don't forget to drink water. I have coffee, and then once I finish my coffee, I'm going to get to my water. So Toon definitely at least goes below these guys. Do I like Toon more than Raaru? I think Toon for me is above those guys, but below those guys. I'm just trying to discern. You won't drink water unless you cough up channel points? No. Here you go, just for you, Capri Sun. Here's some water. Above Carm? I would put Toon above Carmelo. I feel like Carmelo, I don't know, actually. He's definitely in this pool of players of Raaru, Carmelo, Toon. I just don't know if I want where I'd put him right now. I'm trying to think about what the other two seasons were again. Toon's best win is Syrup? Yeah, I know that. Sorry, I'm just kind of really putting into perspective of where I might want to put him. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, like his runs are really good. I would probably definitely, yeah, now I'm thinking about it more, I would put him below Raaru and Carmelo. Would I put him above Leo? Because he's definitely above Ashimo. Yeah, I'd put him above Leo. I think this is where he'd go in the ordering right now. So likely not in the top 10. All right. And then lastly in this list, before we get into like the top 20, god damn. Top 10 in just an hour is scaring me. Though at least some of the other players later down the line I feel like are gonna be faster. This one we just gotta be really... So Zomba... Yeah, we got the regionals. One in Norway of all countries. 9th at Supernova. Is that Astro? What the hell? What is that tag? Collision, yeah, he lost to Sharp but then won the event, so like, who cares? It's like Port is the big one for him though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, lost MPG and Yeast, and then what's this Port? Because that's the event I think that's gonna LMM. He did beat Syrup here, but like he beat Syrup at regionals too. Right, Legends beat Waka and then MK Leo. God, he's attended a lot. We just hit November. Double loss to Shiny Mark. The Port run. This is the one I wanted to look at because this is like I feel like the big determiner more than anything. This is really strong, but it's also Hall Frames 2 beat Raaru. Oh god, we're still going. Actually, I'm realizing. Then won a French regional. Oh right, I forgot he lost to Siski and Reflow at No Time to Tilt. This is not in season. Oh no, this is a weird. Are you selecting against all rank points for regions? I'm not officially part of UltRank anymore, so no. I mean, yeah, he's definitely a grinder. He's attended maybe the most events this season next to Spargo somehow. I don't know where I want to put him though. Because like I'm not, in comparison to a lot of the players above him, it's consistent, but it feels a bit worse. I know he's definitely at least above these players. I would at least probably also put him above Carmelo. Because even if he has some weird regional losses, like I feel like in general, everything he's done amounts to more than the Carmelo's like 5 events. Even if Carmelo does have like a better peak win, it's just there's so much here. It feels hard to ignore, to be honest. And plus, I think, yeah, it has the head-on on Carmelo, but like it's a 1-0. They only played once. It's such a weird... Like, I have no idea how... This is the complete opposite of Carmelo's season, in sort of a way. But it feels like, yeah, it feels like he didn't really beat... Like, Syrup is his best win. He's just consistent, yeah. I'm between these two, who I want to put, because I think I'd probably put Zomba below Raaru. But I don't know if I put Zomba... Let's go throw these 5 on here. I feel like I would give Zomba top 10 over Carmelo for the season that exists. And then these guys would follow up the rest of the ranking, I think, for the start of the top 20. I think that's where I'm going to lock this in for now. I might come back and change things if I had to guess. Did I get added about something? Oh boy, rest of the top 20 is going to be hard if we're doing it. Dude, I'm doing the full 100 fucking players. There is no break. This is going to be a really long stream. I will probably like break at some point just to like put something in a microwave to eat so I don't go insane. It's just my YouTube server, thank you. I saw the Discord out. I'm like, what is this? Just want to make sure it's not my wife because that's all that really matters. if she needs something, because then I'm gonna have to run out. Which, yes, I apologize if you hear any construction sounds in the background. You found an old collab you did? Oh, it's probably the Rivals one then, where we played Rivals during beta. Put Subway Surf as the top right corner to keep entertained. Nah, you'll be soothed by my voice. Oh god, top 20. All right. I'm gonna need some chat recommendations on who the hell to look at for this, because this second half is weird. I don't know who the hell even goes beyond Ashimo. Like, this is like this general area. Like, maybe Ken is someone we can look at. I think Ken's done pretty well this season, if I'm not mistaken. We probably have to look at Leaf because of just the 2 insane major performances he's had. Light definitely is someone we can look at. It's probably up next, to be honest. Ken has done worse, I think. I'll at least look at him. Yeah, we could look at Reflow and Rocky. Also, Raaru should not be on here anymore. Mile 2, Mile is not top 20. Mute, yeah, we should look at Mute and Ouch. We could look at Ouch as well. This area of the list is going to be fucking weird. Oh, why is it not bleeding them out when I caught them? That's weird. I don't think Shiryuki's going to be there based off of the one run, but we could look at Shiryuki and see how we feel. Shiny Mark's at least worth considering to look at. Rockstone, Masa, I don't think any of them. Maybe Masa, but I don't know if I put Masa in top 20. I'll put Masa up as the look list, but I don't know if I put him up there. T is a good one. That Siski, T, and Toon, you should not be here anymore. Uwame might be worth looking at if I'm not going crazy. Waka I'll throw in there. Wrath I'll throw in there. Yara, Shuton. I don't know if he's top 20. We'll look at him. He's close, if anything. All right, it really doesn't want to delete some of the players that I'm cutting when I do like the weird space thing. I don't know why. So let's get rid of this. T, Uwame, Waka, Wrath, Yara. I already did Zomba. Is Yoshidora someone we need to look at this early on? I don't remember Yoshidora's second half that well outside of the like one Sumabato run. Yeah, Yoshidora had a good Sumabato at some point, but I don't know if that's like enough. As a couple fourth place Sumabatos, I might pass on Yoshidora for now and come back to them later then. I don't remember Gluto's second half, but we'll at least look at Gluto because it's Gluto. I'm sure there's something at least he's done pretty well at. And we'll start there. How do you feel about Louis Minor or AK? I don't know if they're like in this exact range of players. Yeah, I wouldn't put them in this range. Okay. I need a second. I needed to like refocus real quick. What about Monty? For top 20? I don't think so. We'll definitely like compile the next tier down after this and like throw them in where we think they go in between certain players if we feel like they missed them. I mean, I could look at Monty now if people really want me to. Damn, I'm good. Got 50 on the first try. Monty had an amazing port. Yeah, top 20 is going to be really weird about like one event kind of defining it, isn't it? I'll look at Monty, but I don't know if he's going to be up there. How many players is this? 19? So I'll probably have like a top 35 by the end of this, and there might be some players who get moved around. Oh god. Okay. Here we go. I'm having regrets doing this ballot already. Gluto, you're first up here. Primary Link this season. That's crazy. That's why I wasn't sure where I'm gonna throw you. This looks pretty solid, actually, just based off of placements alone. Except for the S Factor. I mean, Shiny Mark, Chag, Ouch, Andrik, Susu. Very good list of wins. Did lose to Gilhue, but Gilhue's good. Then also lost to Tomisa at Fist Bump. Fist Bump kind of nothing. Smash Mania also kind of nothing, to be honest, for this level of player. Did beat Refloat at Stunfest, but then lost him his Game Watch twice afterward, which is crazy. Then Hall of Frames did beat Akagusa, but lost to Shoot on Zomba. Then Glory also lost to Refloat. Yeah, I don't know, man. Definitely, I don't think Gluto's top 20 this season. based on the list of players we have in like the 6 slots. I don't know. That's like okay, to be honest. He's probably will be in at least the top 30, but like this is okay at best. The thing is, like, in the full context of his season, this help like is fine, but just this without really like a best win of Ouch or Shiny mark, it looks like. Honestly, potential best win for Flow. It might not. I don't know. This is a weird season. I don't really know what to do with it. I feel like a lot of players are gonna end up going above him just because it feels okay. No, Mia wins not second half. Supposed to say. I wanted to do the Legends Arceus sound. Right. I can't filter everything I want to through that pain in the ass. Hey, Jimmy, get me a Gluto season with nothing. Yeah, it is a bit weird, but I don't know how like serious Gluto's taken the game recently, to be honest. See, 9th at Sumo Bot though, first at the weekly Smash Party that got ranked. Beat Sin. Okay, so Supernova wasn't as strong as I remembered it being. Ouch, top 50 in my life is yours. I don't know if Ouch is going to be above every player that's here right now. Gluto saw he was ranked 13th and says he wanted to play more Link. He does not give a fuck. Yeah, I don't blame him. 17th at Umabira. Yeah, I was remembering this run, the really good Sumo Bato run where he beat Ashimo. Then yeah, the Cafeteria Cup run too. Guys run back on Sazan, which is funny. Port wasn't the best. MFA's not the worst loss, but like it's not the best run. The Vertex Style's not this season. Okay, I would at least probably still put this above. Actually, I don't think I would put it above Gluto, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it above Gluto. Like, there's some good stuff, but it's also like his middling feels kind of worse. But he does some pretty good highs here. These feel kind of comparable seasons, to be honest. Gluto doesn't have like the low of the 49th. He does still have a better collection of wins, even if it's not a lot per event. Yeah, I'll probably just put Ken above, actually. Not by much, but it's probably where it is. It's standard Ken outside of top 20, I feel. Yeah, that's fair. Like, it's a pretty standard season for Ken, all things considered. Nothing too crazy. Okay, Leaf season, I know, goes a bit crazy. So, well, not the greatest start. Not the greatest start, but then, of course, the 5th at Umabira, where he just beat a bunch of good Japanese players, is really strong. I think the thing about Leaf season, though, to me, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he did beat Raaru, actually, at Kagura 14. I forgot about that. It is a little all over the place, I will say. He's defined by the P tiers, which is very good, and it's definitely where I'm taking a decent consideration. And he has quite a few wins of Liz, and then like a peak win of Raaru. I don't know how to feel about this though, because it's so all over the place. He has a lot of very good top 50 Japanese player wins. Like, there's definitely a lot of players who are going to be top 50 here. This run's probably his worst, if I had to say. I mean, this is still pretty good regional. Impact Major 1's nothing. It's eh. I do think the peak at the P tiers at least would consider Leaf above Ken and Gluto. This is where it gets so nebulous already. Like, for a second half year of the ranking, it's like the comparison of these seasons feels so weird. But I like Leaf's peaks a lot, but I don't know. I don't think Leaf's gonna end up top 20 on my list, to be honest. We'll see. Because like his majors, the 2 P tiers are kind of fucking insane. And he has a lot of wins to fill it out, but like just the peak win of Raaru. I'm trying to think anyone else that we have above him that, like, Rocky's in the list that we're currently looking at. Shiryuki's on the list we're currently looking at. Yeah, I think I'll give it up for the 2 top, like the 2 P tiers, I guess. This is where it gets, we're already hitting the Jesus Christ, how do we rank these players moment already? Actually, I don't know. I mean, I definitely put Leaf above Gluto, but would I put Leaf above Ken? Me 5 months? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling already too. Yeah. I'll like come back to these two. I'll see how I feel later down the line. I'm gonna highlight this and be like, this is like a come back to it, see how you feel as more players fill out the area. But we'll see. Light is probably going to be above everyone else, if I had to assume, because I think Light's had a pretty solid second half of the year. Dude, this is going to get so hard once we get outside of like the top 50. It's going to be a mess. Did well port Riptide? Yeah, I remember like he had some very good majors this season. I mean, 9th at S Factor, but still beat Reflow here, as well as Mo, who's on the list that we're looking at. Supernova 13th. The Collision's kind of like his roughest event of the season, but even then, I wouldn't consider Phantom the worst loss the second half, and Just Blue's like kind of a jump scare sometimes, I would say. But Collision's definitely, I think, his worst event of the entire second half. Yeah, another Toon win, beat BMP, and then an amazing port beating Samba, Sin, and Louis Money. Definitely at the top of the list, that's for sure. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Light just ends up 15th. All right, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break now, because unfortunately I'm drinking coffee, and that was a part of a mistake, but part of what's keeping me alive right now. But we'll look at Masa in a second. How do I edit text? It does not let me edit text. Oh, there we go. Good enough. I don't care. I need to go. Okay, I'm back. What is this? This is beautiful. Favorite Mario, the Origami King. Really? I didn't play that one because I didn't think I'd like it, but this song's beautiful. What the hell? Anyway, I'm back. Masa. So Masa is interesting because like it starts off unassuming. Some weird losses, but not bad. Maiko probably being the worst. And then we get to the top 8 major streak. Lost the Rocky Tendenman and then just beat Ashimo, Mildnud, Torigiri. Like, this gets interesting. Then another 7th place at another Sumabato with like Raaru, Torigiri again. Then another 7th at Sumabato, beating Raaru again, Saya again, Revenge of Saya. Then we get to 9th at Kagaribi, which was also just beating a lot of Japanese depth. And Orbitori is not part of the season, unfortunately, despite him doing pretty well at this event. Pretty good overall. The Ashimo win's kind of carrying a decent amount of work, but he does have some really weird losses, I'd say. Where would I put you? I feel like he's right now still at the bottom of the list, all things considered. But like, he's definitely not gonna be at the very bottom. He is below Gluto though. Like, he's definitely a easy. Why are you just at Apollo Kage? Is the top 40 dream dead? I don't know. I'm gonna be looking at players after this list and kind of just filling in as we go, because there's probably gonna be players that are like, we look at and say, oh, this is probably better than what we expected, so we'll see. This is for the ballot though. People were suggesting your name to look at, so we'll at least have you probably in the top 40, I'd assume, because I don't know who else is going to really be that high up right now. Monty. I wasn't super sold on Monty when chat told me to add him, but we'll see if he's in this range. All right. Okay, UAS. One Ascension. This should be a B+. This should be retiered. I don't know why it's not. They gotta reach out to the super major guys and say they need to rerun 2025 TTS, because this is a B+. A pretty good run here, beating Neo and Kurama. Yeah, usually Mount Summers is weird because it's such a small event, so 9th here is still like, it's kind of like a nothing. Like, Gilhu's a good win, but other, like, not for the area we're looking for right now, you know? I mean, overall, this is still really solid. I know people are saying Port's kind of the event that defined him, though, this season. They had for this area, this is probably going to be what we consider his worst event, the showcase. And then his port was what everyone was saying was pretty good. Yeah, beat Syrup, Ouch, and Beast Mode Paul. Anything else after this we gotta look at? I mean, C tier. And Posada didn't really beat anyone super big here. I'd say Monty's at the very bottom of this list. I don't know if he's really gonna have. Oh, the bathroom text is still on. Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't realize. My Battles is still the same Lumerank team. So, UltRank is essentially the same team that ran Lumerank, just no longer funded by LG. I am no longer on the team. I decided to retire. But the full year rankings are still an algorithm. They're doing a half-year supplementary ballot ranking just to do some experimentation and see how it works out. I feel like he's least above Masa. I disagree. I think Masa's season is better, to be honest. To me, the only thing Monte really has is that very strong port run. Everything else is like solid, but I definitely would put Masa above him. I also Most Wanted's pretty good too, but like I feel like just Masa's general events and accumulation to everything, I personally think is better. Mute. Didn't Mute have a pretty good second half of the year, or am I going crazy? Sort of dog howl in the song, what the hell? Boring at the Supernova. I know this event was rough, getting Tri-State Kaziad. And then yeah, Eugene Bell was the big one, getting wins on Shattuck and Sonix. Pretty solid run, Ichigo Khan, all things considered. I forgot about Code Crimson 3. I mean, this is still a solid run, only losing to Cola twice. And LMM once again beating Sonix and then Zomba. So, random D tier, second place the Almanac. Cracked player we should see more of. Kind of a empty Citadel. I don't even know about this D tier. All things considered, there's some really good peak wins here, but there's also some pretty rough. That Supernova is pretty rough, unfortunately. And this is where things get nebulous, because I was like, how do I put this against super consistent seasons like this of Gluto, Masa, and Monty? This is why panels are. This is why the algorithm is a better thing. Dude, fall 5s and Aura. That's what this whole fucking ranking is, man. Good wins with so many consistencies. Yeah, like he has probably the best wins outside of maybe Light, but he also has some pretty big inconsistent holes out here. I'm kind of thinking above Gluto. You're going in the we're gonna take a second look at you later kind of list. In this weird nebulous pool of Leaf Ken Mutace, who I feel like are just all too fucking beat Toon at Ouch at S Factor. So that's pretty significant. And yeah, I got the second at Most Wanted, but overall pretty solid list of wins. Wrath, Monte, Kurama. 17th at Supernova, so a lot of middling kind of performances so far. Yeah, a lot of like okay overall. And then Eugene Bound was like, got the upset by Kurash, but then got 4th. But like didn't beat anyone really above him so far, I'd say, on this list. Ichigo Kan's okay. It's a D tier, I don't really care. Port's fine. And then, yeah, the third at Citadel's also a very, yeah, that's what I was looking for. This is a pretty big run. Did get upset by Surdank, but then just kind of tore up losers, beating Mute, Syrup, and Ashimo. As well as Osh9, who's on the list. So now we're in the weird, like, mostly middling performances with 2 pretty solid peaks. 1 really good peak, to be honest. The rest is, like, kind of finding wins there and there. I mean, Most Wanted's pretty good. S Factor, like, has the Toon win. It's Folier's top 150. This ballot essentially goes to the top 100. I mean, I like this. Like, I like this more than at least Mute, I'd say. This is essentially like a worse version of Leaf season, though, if I'm not mistaken. Probably put Ouch like up here. I'd say he's above Ken, Mute, and Gluto. He just kind of feels like a worse version of Leaf season, but still good. Like, obviously. All right, I didn't even know Overflow was at S Factor, to be honest. I forgot about this, but I mean, beating Alendis is still a solid win. Alendis is definitely someone we're gonna have to look at for top 50 this season. The second half of the year, kind of a rough Smashborg. Not gonna lie. Unfortunately, Lancelot's not gonna be the greatest of loss, even though I know Lancelot's a pretty cracked player. But they get the 9th at Supernova, just didn't really beat anyone super notable. C tier losses to Ryukai, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of regional losses to Crepe and Susu too. Then the second at Smash Mania is like the big fucking run from Overflow this season. UNAP, MKLeo, Gluto, Lugi, like a very good collection of wins, all things considered. Pretty insane run. Hilarious Pussy Esport Vibes tournament. I love this name every time it shows up. Damn, Ryuka kind of had his number a bit this season. That's the 3rd loss I saw from him. Beat Gluto twice at Stunfest, solo Game & Watch. And then, yeah, had like a meh port. Glory was the other one. Yeah, it's like, there's one other tournament I'm remembering. Gluto again, Lugi, and MK Big Boss. I mean, all in all, it's pretty good for the most part. But unfortunately, Marquette's 3 left Rollins are like the main reasons on the contender list. Yeah, it makes sense. I guess the Kakikusu win's not the season, unfortunately. That is at the tail end of first half. It's just not really enough. I'm trying to think if I put him above or below Monty. I'd probably at least put him above Monty. This is weird. Where do I put him above Masa and Gluto? I don't know. No, I'd probably put him above Masa at the very mid. This gets weird. This is definitely where things get weird. I'm just gonna compare one by one. Reflow versus Gluto. I feel like it'd be disingenuous to say Gluto season's better, to be honest. Reflow versus Mute. I know Mute has the better wins, but Reflow's like worst losses come from DC and B tiers. Like his port's fine for 17th. He didn't beat anyone. We didn't really. I mean, he lost to people underneath him. He's kind of carried by having a lot of Gluto wins, to be honest. And at least has the MK Leo win as well. Reflow season's better than Ken's though. I don't know. He's got a Zomba win too. Did I miss that? Because that does make a big difference if I did miss that. I said no time to tilt, right? Yeah, you're right. You are right. Ooh, that does change my perception a bit because that is a top 10 win in what we're looking at right now. So I would at least put Reflow above these two, actually. I think this is as high as I'd go, though. 3 EU events at the end of the season helped a lot. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I am trying to figure out where I want to put Reflow. You 3 are going into the nebulous pile. I'm coming back to you 3 and ordering because it's... I don't know if I want Reflow above Leaf or Ouch or not just yet. It is a little weird. Rocky, I have a feeling is going to be high on this list. I know Rocky's had a phenomenal second half of the season. Yeah, beat T twice at that Philippine event. Did have this, I don't know what the fuck happened here. Lost to Omisoshiro, the best UD. I don't know whose tag that is. Very weird Maisuma Grand Wars, all things considered. I don't know what the fuck happened here. And then just bounced back like it was nothing at Sumabato like the next week after losing to Yadon. I know he's had a lot of top 8s, but I'm trying to remember, like, does he have a lot of big wins? Because he has a lot of, like, upset then big loser run kind of events. And the 5th is Sumabato. So you feel like he's not really beating people above him, and he has a lot of weird... Okay, I see. There's the big one. Carmelo, at least. One Carmelo win. Kind of just, he goes to a lot. Yeah, he does attend a lot. He does attendance post. Then the 49th of Kagaribi. So it's kind of all over the place based on everything I'm seeing right here. I honestly don't know how to even look upon this season, to be honest. The 3rd at Impact Major 2, beating Ken. Wame. And this is out of season. Honestly, his like top 8 at majors look more impressive than you think, but like a lot of these runs aren't. They're a lot of just beating a lot of Japan depth. They're getting a lot of early losses than I kind of expected. Part of me kind of wants to put him on the bottom. Is that like crazy? I'm not really that impressed as I thought I was going to be from Rocky. It's like 2 T wins and then the Carmelo win. Rocky just feels like the JP gatekeeper. Yeah, kind of. I put him above Monte Masa at least. I put him above Monty. I'm trying to think if I want to put him above Masa. Yeah, I know it. I'd put him above Masa just barely. They're also weird 2 sides of the same coin, kind of. Like, there's some good wins in there. It's just he has so many fucking ridiculous losses, which is kind of why things are so weird. I wouldn't put him above, I think, anyone else above him. He kind of has a similar season to Mutace, but worse in terms of top wins. But I'd still probably at least put him below Gluto right now. It's kind of weird. Or maybe I put him above Gluto. It's like Carmelo, Masa, Shiryu, Ken, T times 2 win, which is sort of a lot, just not a ton above, like you said. Yeah, that's what I mean. I would probably put him above Gluto, actually. To me, once again, it just kind of feels like a worse version of Mutace's season. And that's just maybe because of attendance posting. That he just has so many fucked up losses. They're very similar. I'll maybe reconsider this later on, depending on how some of the other players around him get ranked. Dude, Leaf's still up so high. I'm like, oh, he's probably not gonna be top 20, and then he's probably gonna end up being top 20. Has Suzuki been bad for his standard? For his standard, yes, but it kind of just feels like he's not really going to a lot to begin with, so that's kind of why. All right, we got Shiny Mark. Third at Blink. Beat Leo, as well as Big Boss. Then ninth at S Factor, beating Light. Riptide, like solid, just good wins up below him. Losses around or above him. Miami, okay, not really doing much. Vacation Land, we should probably also look at Cola soon on this list. Because I feel like Cola is probably going to be in that 30s range. We're going to have to keep players around. Did beat Zomba at Vacation Land, that's right. Double eliminating him. And kind of nothing port, to be honest. Not a good Citadel. Another, like, kind of... Torgy's, like, not good second half. Yeah, Torgy's not going to be in the top 50 either. Like, outside of that port run, he does not have a lot of good events. I know that. I would probably put him, like, maybe here? Maybe below Gluto? I'm trying to think. No, I'd put him above Gluto. Probably in that realm. Shark Delicious Group? No, definitely not. It's underwhelming in comparison to some of the players we've had, but, like, it's still... There's still some good peaks here. I'll put him there for now. I don't know where else I'd put Shiny Mark, to be honest. What we're up to? Shiryuki. Shiryuki's like, literally, is this one run better than everyone else's seasons? And I don't think that's gonna be enough for me personally. We'll see. I honestly don't remember any other tournament Shiryuki's had outside of that one. Oh, he also has a top 8 double core. All right, we'll take a look at this. So kind of got upset at Sumabato. But did beat Shion at least, so... But it's still overall net negative for this area. Alt core, pretty good. Mate is something that ages pretty well. Toragiri is still like a solid enough win. Matsunabe Masa. Overall, pretty solid. And of course, like... It's not this, it's Kaguribu. Umabira... I mean, Yara is a potential top 20 win when we get further into the season. Zachary is an anomaly. I don't know how exactly to even count the loss of Zachary. This just a good, I'd consider it just a solid loss because it's Zachary, even if he's not performing at top peak. And nothing Sumabato. And of course, the godlike run got upset by Kurofune, then beat Akaikusu, Ken, Shutan, Wame, Ashimo. I mean, overall for 5 events, this is still pretty solid across the board. Second half, Zachary's like top 80, I think. Shiryuki doesn't really have anything offensive. Yeah. It's a weird second half. I mean, this Sumabato's not great, to be honest. Amongst the peers, I mean, it is pretty good overall, but like, he's also doing the leaf thing of 2 really good P tiers. I mean, Zumabara wasn't that crazy. It's like he just had a really good ult core, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like a solid Umabira. Actually, that 13th is pretty good. Just nothing crazy. Definitely, yeah. Worse than Leaf and Ouch, I'd say. I'd probably put it above Ken, below Rafflo. Probably around here, if I had to take a gander. I think that's a pretty fair placement of Shiryuki. I don't think Shiryuki's like in the top 20 off of those 2 runs. I'm honestly a little underwhelmed by the wins, to be honest. I thought this run would be more crazy, but it's really like it's carried by Ashimo more than anything. Ashimo and Yor are like the best wins likely out of this list. I just feel like it's a little more underwhelming than I thought. And some of the losses here are not as strong as I would like them to be for how little they have attended, if that makes sense. Shuton 2, right? We'll see where Shuton ends up. I have no idea where Shuton's going to end up. Speaking of which, let's actually look at Shuton. Shuton second F I know hasn't been the strongest, but it hasn't been like, I feel like as horrid as some people say it is. Yeah, they're all top 35 players, but like everyone in this range has good top 35 wins, I feel like, you know? I honestly feel like I'm overrating Leaf season a bit, to be honest, when I'm like thinking about it more and more. I feel like Leaf and Ouch are going to go down when I revise this at the end. Yeah, like Shuton's seasons, like if I remember, is he kind of just lost to good players. I don't think he ever really got upset. I mean, Krog is probably a loss underneath him, but he never really beat anyone too crazy this second half. Oh, he did beat Peepnut Riptide. Look at that. Talking out my ass here. There's going to be some players where I have to go back on. Like, I feel like Neo's going to be ranked higher than this, like, in this group. There's going to be some players that are going to get into the rankings that feel like, that are going to probably be like in the high 20s, low 30s that move people around. Also beat Gluto Hall of Frames. This is not in season. Yeah, it's very underwhelming, to be honest. There's some good wins in here, and like the losses for the most part are good. Like he's not getting upset that often, but there's not a lot really to work on here, right? The thing is, like, how do you want to compare such a middling but okay season to the players who have the bigger peaks? And that's where things get tough. I at least put Shuton like above Shiny Mark and Gluto and Masa and Monty. But it's like, how do you compare Shuton's season, who's like fairly consistent for the most part in terms of what they're doing, to Rocky and Mutace, who are more defined by their peaks, you know? Maybe worse than Shiny Mark or Rocky. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's like this weird nebulous... I don't know, even Shiny Mark beat Zomba 2 times, Leo 2 times compared to just Peep. Yeah, that's true. Alright, chat, you've convinced me. I would still put Shuton above Gluto, Masa, and Monty, but the second half for Shuton's not been kind. It's not a lot to work with. This feels so high for Leaf. I do not know how Leaf's gonna, like, off of 2 runs, this feels fucking wrong for Leaf. I don't know, it's weird. But I just can't, like, I'm just, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know who else is even gonna be above him, though. Like, he might just be up there because of those 2 tournament runs, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Alright, Siski, I know, has had a really good second half of the year. Yeah, S7th of S Factor, beat Hurt and Neo and Toon. Like, Jesus Christ, this is such a good run for a 7th place. Did lose Andres a B tier in Spain, but that's like typical for him, to be honest. Kind of just stayed in Spain for a bit. Did lose for just EU players, but I know his majors have been pretty good. Kind of a nothing Smash Mania. Port, he beat Cola. Then lost. Dude, I feel like every time Siski goes overseas, he gets some fucked up Samus matchup. Like he either runs into like either Duck Hunt or Olimar every time. I like just some fucked up match. Okay, Glory. Pretty good No Time to Tilt. Beat Zomba. Dude, I really like this season for the most part. A lot of amazing wins too. Zomba Hurt was a strong, and Toon and Neo. Like that, this run alone carries so much of his season, but even then, just overall, I'm pretty happy about like what this is. Or like I'm pretty content with this season. Yeah, man, I honestly think, yeah, someone said above Leaf and Ouch. I might agree, to be honest. This is really good from Siski. This might be a little high from him. Like, I'll revisit some players probably off stream and then post like my full ballot afterward. But this is really good for Siski. Yo, EU popping off. Let's go. All right, T, I think, has also had a pretty good second half of the year. Dude, I already feel my voice straining. This is not good. We're 2 hours in. All right, I forgot what I was doing. 2 hours in, like halfway there. We're not halfway there. We're almost a fourth there. As per usual, small attendance, but I think overall pretty good. Beat Neo at the last dive, losing to Rocky twice. I think Supernova's his worst event. Yeah, lost to Base Mage and Light. Now, never mind, Umaburo is his worst event. This is a very T season, though. Like, very typical for him. Kind of nothing for the most part until Kagaribi. I mean, but every event is overall solid. Like, I wouldn't consider any of these losses the worst, to be honest. Still not the best, but for the most part, these events are a little empty. He's just decent, yeah. He feels like a better Gluto season to me, to be honest. Or maybe... I feel like actually he didn't really... What's his best win? It's like Ashimo, right? Maybe worse than Gluto, honestly. Better Gluto feels right? Okay. Yeah, it just... it feels about right. I don't know, he has a better spread of wins than Gluto does, I think. Guys around him. Yeah, Ashimo's better than Gluto's best win, I think. Isn't Ashimo Gluto's best win? If I'm not mistaken. Of like Ruffalo and Ouch. Didn't Gluto have like at least one really big win this season? Or am I going crazy? No? Am I going crazy? Give me a second. Oh, it's the best one. Yeah, alright, you're right. Bro, you're so right. Fuck. All right. Yes, an Ashimo loss. All right, there we go. Yeah, I put him above Gluto. Trying to think. I wouldn't put him above. Holy shit. Thank you, Anonymous, for 5 gifted subs. That's crazy. That's really nice of you. What the fuck? That's really nice of you. Thank you. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I think that's where I'd put T. I'd probably still put him below Shuton. Alright, Uwame. Dude, this 5-month ranking period is so fucked. Like, the more I'm looking at this list, I just accepted that it's gonna be jank. Uwame has a Saibageki run. It's not a full year ranking. The ballot is not. The end of year ranking is the full algorithm one is gonna be a full year. But there's gonna be a special ballot for just a half year. Solid Sumbato. Weekly Smash parties are always a mess. And of course, the second Saibageki beating Aqua is a big thing right here. Oh god, what happened here? I mean, I know Yi's like part of the list, but what the fuck happened here? I forgot about that. That's not good. YI is part of the list. I don't know why I said Yi. YI is part of the top 100 list. This is just an unfortunate seeding mishap. As rough. Alright, so Uwame's got some rough losses at least, but they have some good wins in the most part. I mean, even that, then you have the Kagaribi, where like he beat Carmelo. Definitely makes things a bit weird, I will say. Who's the Ken player? I have no idea who Tori-chan is. Never heard of them until looking at this. I'm not gonna lie. Oh god. Alright, this is definitely in the Mutace Rocky category of what the fuck's going on. Just with maybe the worst explosion out of all of them. Peak wins Mahoy inconsistent. I mean, the only thing that's really like explosion is this event. And YI is part of our top 100 list. Like, to be fair. And like, what? The peak win of Carmelo, Aquila, Yara. I think one underperformance is hold back because everyone has weird losses here and there. Nicole wins super strong. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like, I would like this more than Rocky. Tamego's top 50 feel. He probably is. We'll be looking at him when we do the full top 50 list. Because I think we might need to do more separation. I mean, I'd probably put him in the same tier as Mute. Honestly, I'd probably put him... I think he has a better season than Mute. He has a bigger explosion, but I think the overall win... No, Aquila win goes kind of tough right now, I won't lie. I probably could do that. Maybe. Oh my god, this is a mess. Alright. We might just need to say fuck it and come back to it. Waka's gonna be unreasonably high. I already feel it in my bones. Alright, I have to do it through here so everything's filtered. The problem with the panel ranking is that it's really hard. Yes! Yes, it fucking is! Okay, so let's just get to the S factor. I mean, we have wins on Alandis, who's probably someone we're gonna have to talk about for top 50. The insane S factor run where we beat Meister Chag, Raaru, Leo, Raaru. Also Syrup twice. Oh man. I think he only beat Spargo once, right? We have Manny win. No, we have like... Yeah, he beats Spargo at one of the C tiers. Oh, how do we rank this? How do we even rank this? A lot of D tiers. He did get upset at Worst of the West 10 by Marvel Smartphone and Mo. And then didn't really do much at Legends, but that's just because... I mean, he beat Manny, who's on the list. How do I rank you? I hate ranking players like Waka because he only goes to one event with real stakes and just coasts through everything else. I mean, it's not like it's his fault, though. Like, what option does he have, unfortunately? We just needed someone to sponsor Waka to send him to Japan every half season, half year. Just send him to every Kagaribi so he has more real events. Yeah, it's like not solid at all. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck do I do with you? Because, like, he's technically, like... I'd put him above... Like, he's essentially what Leaf and Ouch are. But just as regionals and beat Spargo and Raaru. I mean, he has better peak wins than them, so I'd put them... I guess I'd put him above Leaf and Ouch. I don't know, man. This is a mess. Ah, the music ended. That's right, it's been 2 hours already. Alright. Next Nintendo Jazz music playlist. Fun. If Leaf's that high, then Waka's that high, I guess. Stupid fucking time period. I mean, he has multiple top 10 wins. Like, I guess. I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at that. Or, what do you want me to do about it, man? All right. Wrath has had a pretty good second half of the year. Yeah, Most Wanted was great. Beat Ouch and Neo. Supernova is meh. It's whatever. It's nothing really. And then, of course, the Riptide was pretty fucking crazy, beating Shiny Mark, Light, and Aquila, and Mute. Wrath is IMO above everyone else in the section. I'm feeling that too, to be honest. His second half is kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of agreeing with you, SCG. Wrath might be 15. I would probably put him above Light too. This is just, it's just good. Yeah, that was fast, easy. Yara. I feel like Yara's a potential top 20 candidate too, right? Yara's had a pretty good second half of the year. I mean, pretty solid. Sambato. Kind of a bad, a bad for this context. I'd be getting for top 20. Very good ult core. Beat Hurt and Masha. The one event Masha has this season, I think. Nothing Umabira. I forgot Big Boss was at Impact Major 1. That's funny. Kind of a nothing Impact Major. Okay, so maybe it's a little worse than I remembered. I lost to... I forgot which one Mac this is. Okay, it's really actually just Citadel that I'm thinking of then. I mean, beating Toon and Ashimo there is pretty big. Toon Ashimo Hurt peak wins. Most part, the losses are fine. I wouldn't really say there's anything that's like insanely bad, but like there's multiple non-top 50 ones. It's just that one Sumabato that's honestly kind of rough. I mean, I like this more than Rocky. If I had to slot him anywhere, I guess it'd be down there. I thought it was better than I thought, but it really is a Citadel plus kind of some meh runs and that Hurt win. Honestly, I might put him... No. Yeah, yeah, I put him actually above Mute as well. Oops, that's what I wanted. And then I put Uwame above him. God, this is cursed. Now that I see where all the numbers are. This is very cursed, but it is what it is. Okay, I need a talking break real quick. My vocal cords actually hurt. I'm actually messaging my wife. See if she can make me tea. So what we're gonna do afterwards, we're gonna try and compile a list of players who feel top 50 level this season and slot them in where feels right. I have a feeling some players are gonna go up it like above some of the players we looked at. God, this list is cursed. So is it not? Okay, so when I do that, it doesn't. So I have to do it one-on-one. That's really annoying. So look at Akaki, Kusu, look at Alandis. I'll look at Andrik, but I don't know if he's going to be up there. Apollo is definitely someone we should look at for top 50. Prob, we should look at BMP. Crepe definitely is up there now that we know how high some of these EU guys are. Trying to think. No, the joke about the Sumabata run was last season. Jazo's definitely someone I've seen come up a few times in wins and losses that we got to look at. Kola, absolutely. Karage's had a pretty good second half too. Karama's someone I feel like we might want to look at. This is a joke about the port run season. Yeah, I mean, we could look at him. I don't know if he's going to be in the top 50, but we could look at him. Liam Money and Luki are definitely also two players I want to look at for this area. Kirofune, I don't know why I did skipped him. Mildna. Did level 1 do anything this second half of the year? I don't remember. Oh, Neo, definitely. I don't know if the one Sumabato wins enough for me to look at Mate for top 20, top 50. Rarix and Reno, I'm going to have to. Level 1 has a big Sumabato run this part. SCG, do you think it's enough to look for a top 50 section? Like Ashimo Yoshidori wins? Alright, we could look at level 1 then. Shattuck, I've heard, has a top 50 case. We could look at Shattuck. I feel like Shion always just does good things. I feel like we're going to have to probably look at Sin 2. Tama P, I feel like it at least has a few good events. I know he's had some stinker ones, but some good ones too. Snow, obviously. I'll look at Torigiri, but I'm not sure if he's going to be in there. Oh, and Tamego, of course. Tama P does have top 8 Umbir. Yeah, I know he had something. That's why I wanted to add him. I don't think Umeki has anything past Impact Major, but I will at least look at him. Yoshidora, obviously. I'll resort this. Maybe add Lammers for port too. Yeah, we could look at Lammers. We could look at Lammers for port. Yone and Mark. I don't think Mark's really done a lot the second half of the year. Yone did actually. I know he did pretty well at some events this season. But I think that might be it for who I look for the rest of top 50 for now. We'll see if anyone fills in. Tarka's top 20 wins. Oh shit, you're right. Oh shit, you're right. For this second half of the year, we actually do have to look at Tarek. You're right. Because of Reflow and Siski. Honestly, Mate, who Tom P lost at Okor, probably has a better argument for top 50. Okay. Damn, what a cutie. Thank you, Dylan. Hello again. Dylan, do you even keep up with competitive Smash anymore? Do you even know what's going on? NK Big Ghost also has Reflow and Siski wins. Shit. Dude, this season is like such a weird blur of shit. Because I'm gonna have to like reshape my perception based off of the rankings that we're putting up together. Not all LFAO, but I'm here for the vibes. Awesome. God, the EU rise is real right now. Because we're actually gonna have to talk about some of the EU players here. Who did someone say? You got Big Boat. Mate. Yeah, we could look at Mate. I think I'll stop it here because that's now the other third of the fucking players that are left. So anyone after that we could fill in after. Oh my god. Oh, this is so weird. I'm just looking at the top 20 and I'm just like, Leaf being here is so funny, man. Time for the feature-length film section. I know. At least we got through, like, I figured the stream was going to be like around 7 hours. So the fact that we got through 30 players in like the first two makes me feel a little confident we'll be done by the 7-hour mark. I'm so afraid for my voice though. I'm not used to talking this much. So if I start being a little more quiet, it's because my throat actually hurts. God, this is a lot of players to look at just for top 50. Sorry, excuse me as I'm dreading it a little bit. All right, we guys should use the thing that has everything filtered out for me. Freeze, if you wanted to hop in a call, you do have the talking for you. It's okay. Don't you have your own ballot to do? All right, won the Philippine event. Fifth at Saibugeki. For the most part. Also, don't you have like the entire ranking production to finish? I've been sort of looking at stuff alongside you. Fair enough. Ultcore. Oh yeah, Ultcore is amazing. For the most part. Like a really strong run. Kind of an empty Mubira for the most part because Zachary's not really a big win right now. I mean, this is actually really consistent for the like. I'm pretty impressed. It's just he doesn't really have a lot of big peak wins. I mean, Cafeteria Cup, he kind of just lost the players, but that is what it is. I mean, Kagaribi 14 is not great for a Kagaribi. Hall Frames is whatever. A lot of empty runs, to be honest. This is the only run that actually is bad, which is, I don't know what the hell happened here at Impact Major 2, and this is out of season. A Leaf win does go crazy right now, so he does have a top 20 win. Start strong in the Scorpio. Yeah, I do agree. I honestly wouldn't really put him above anyone so far on the top 50 list, so goes at the bottom of the list right now. Not really anyone I'd put him above. Just fine. It's a lot of empty. I mean, like, he has some strong wins in the top 30 area, but for the most part, I'm like, I mean, that's Shiryuki. Okay, maybe he's not at the very bottom. It's kind of like where Delta invites Ballot out. Yeah, it's been out for a while. Yeah, I don't think I'd put him any higher, to be honest. Maybe above Monty, but honestly, probably not. Oh boy, another player I'm gonna have zero fucking clue how to rank properly, and that is Alendis. Alendis even attend a major? Like, I'm surprised he's eligible. Because I don't think he was at S Factor. Oh, he was. He just didn't really do anything crazy at it. Cool. So we're rating everything off of his regionals. Fuck. Okay. He did beat Leo, that's right. He did beat Spargo. Wada Waka wins. Beat Meister at C tier. Interesting. Oh god. Oh, this is so jank. How do I rank you? Because it's all regionals. So it feels disingenuous to give him a higher ranking. It feels this is giving me a headache. Yeah, same. I feel like I will probably keep Alendis in the top 50, but it feels disingenuous for me to put him any like higher above some of these other players who are gonna have good major performances. So he'll probably stay in the top 50. I don't know, when most people not in Japan also don't have a lot of events, I don't feel too bad about one major to a lot of regionals. Yeah, but the problem is like the one major doesn't give me a lot of info. Like it's good not the same thing but worse. He has a few majors at least. He has a small amount of events, but he entered overseas as well. Like he went to Riptide. Okay, I can't do this song right now. Hold on. Yeah, Guto at least has S Factor without shiny mark wins. Yeah, it's weird because I don't know where to put Alendis in relation because it's all regionals that all of his best performances are at. And there's good wins in there. Alendis is pretty much a losing record to everyone in the top 50, even if he's beating them. Yeah, that too. But he does, like, that's a lot of people in the top 50. Because, like, technically he has better wins than a decent portion of players above him, right? You know what, Alendis, you're going in the... I'm going to come back to you. I feel like I need more players on this board before I can even think about where I put Alendis, to be honest. Because I just don't know what to do with him. He's going in the box. Yeah, he's going in the box. Sorry, I know we just showed up and not been paying attention to what happened to Leo. It's not like he got worse. It's just that everyone got better. Like, everyone just kind of caught up to him. And Joker also has just been... He's not bad, but he's struggling more in how the metagame is developed. Andrik is Alendis, but worse, I think. I mean, at least we have majors for Andrik to work with. Fucking cool Joker Sag. Yeah. Kind of don't give a shit about D tier results, I'm not gonna lie. Unless, like, something really big's there. But, like, if you take losses at D tiers, I don't care normally. Yeah, Eugene Bound was, like, the big event for him. He almost beat Sonix, which is crazy. I mean, yeah, he has some regional wins against Mexico's best. I see the Waka win. I know he beat Spargo at one of them as well. Right? Yeah. It is Alendis, but, like, worse. I would at least put him at the bottom of the list, though, right now. Because at least his Eugene Bound feels more real than Alendis' S Factor, to be honest. Okay, we're finally out of Palakage. Someone who I feel like I can actually rate. Andrik has a Chowder loss. Shout out to Chowder. 2 top 50 wins for Chowder. So Supernova wasn't the best. Unfortunately, lost to Shaq and MPG. I didn't even realize MPG beat him at Supernova. That's a crazy win for him in there. Kind of an empty Riptide. Lost to Shiny Markinocula. Not really any really notable wins, to be honest, for this period. See some potential top 100 wins. Let's see tiers. And then, of course, the first big one is Make Moves Miami beating Shiny Mark. Is Anarchy on the list? I don't remember. Anarchy is. So another top 100, potential top 100 win with Anarchy. And then just losing the Peanut Syrup. Still good event. Dash Dance. Only by Chugs, which is interesting. But then, like, once again, just potential top 100 win of Ploopy, but nothing really else. This event was just weird, if I recall. Like, a lot of upsets. And then 5th at Citadel. Lost to Osh 9, but then beat Shiny Mark again. Beat Pharaoh, who I don't think is on the list, but it's not like Pharaoh's, like, the worst. I mean, like, Pharaoh's had a decent season. Beat the Lishman, who's on the list. So kind of a Shiny Mark farmer, as SCG put it. But... missing a bit in the wins. Most of the losses are still pretty solid for the most part. Just some random upsets. I mean, Osh 9 is on the list, so it's like not the worst. But I feel like a lot of the wins here are kind of on the potential man list. We don't really know if they're going to end up top 100. It's really just Ploopy, to be honest. Honestly, I might put AK... Chad, are we thinking above or below Andrik? Because I think Andrik has better wins, even if some of them are regionals. But AK at least has some, like, decent consistency for the most part. Like, his empty major runs... do fall to good players. That is a big part of it. Like, his placements are still good. Like, if you actually just look at the raw placement for if that means anything to you. BMP, I'm gonna be honest, outside of Collision, I don't remember what Beast Mode Paul has been to this season. See, 7th at a C tier in Florida, but that event was also a mess. 7th at a B tier in Georgia. Supernova. Okay, lost to Toon, beat Lee Money, and then beat Toon back. Pretty good Supernova run, all things considered. And I had 2nd in Collision, beat Jazzo, who's definitely a top 50 contender. Got double limited by Zomba, unfortunately, so didn't pick up that win. but could collision overall. Kind of a nothing Riptide. Got upset early at Port. Did pick up wins on Zog and MFA. So an okay Port priority for the most part. This is a weird one too. Yeah, these are gonna be weird. I mean, a top win of Toon is pretty good based on what we got here. And some good wins around this like 40 to 70 area. For the most part, outside of like the major losses are pretty good. Or the big event losses, but does have some weird regional ones. I mean, he did get upset by Umans. Probably below AK and Akagikusu. Probably above Andrik, I guess. I don't know. They're pretty similar, actually, Beast Mode and Andrik, in terms of how their majors went. Andrik just has better regionals. I honestly might put him... No, I think above Andrik is... God damn it. It's all nebulous. Who cares? No, I'd say just above Andrik, if I had to guess. Alright, Crepe Soleil. I have no idea how I'm gonna, like, where he's gonna land, because it's so weird because of how good EU wins are, and I know he has a pretty good record against Reflow this season, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he has not attended a lot the second half. Got 9th at Collision, losing to Pharaoh and DeBuzz. I forgot he even was at Collision, to be honest. But the Buzz loss is like a top 50 loss, so it's like nebulous. Like, how do you even... Has Reflow in a C tier. Smash Mania, you're a big major. You got 4th. Beat Siski and Gluto. That is pretty good for what we're looking at right now. Another Reflow win. Kirby's Consistency Demon. Yeah, kind of. Where's No Time to Tell? Because I know someone said he won this too. Yeah, beat Siski, Tarek, and Reflow. I mean, this is solid. Definitely above AK, Beast Mode, and Andrik. Only has EU wins. Yeah, it's kind of like EU's really good this season, but Collision wasn't like what you kind of hoped for. I feel like maybe I'm being a little too harsh though. I'd still probably actually put him below Akagikusu though. 35 right now. Oh, okay. I mean, for the wins we're facing here actually, and where people are like ranked, I'd actually probably put him above Akagikusu because of how high up we have some of his wins. So, because Akagikusu's best win, I think, was Leaf, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me. I'm already forgetting information because I don't think he beat anyone higher than that. And Creep still has like some good wins throughout the board. Okay. This is such a fucking mess. Jagabata. Apparently we played Rosalina this season at some point. I feel like Jagabata wasn't a lot. Yeah, you would barely make attendance on a full year ranking. I mean, a half year ranking. Kind of not a great Sumabato. Kind of a not great Maisumo Landmark. Then a beat Milna Sumabato, and then like had good losses, so like a fine Sumabato. They got upset really early at Port, then went on the crazy losers run. To be honest, I'd probably put Jagabata at the bottom of this list right now. That's I don't know if I even would consider Jagabata top 50 season. Assume he'll be on Speakeasy. Yeah, I'll probably, once I figure out how I'm gonna try and edit this. I don't know if I am. I probably will have to edit it a little bit, but this full whatever VOD it is going to go on there. Jazzo. I know Jazzo's actually had a really good second half. Jazzo has a generational supernova loser run. He also just has some good wins outside of that too, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever C tier. Yeah, the supernova run, he got upset early by like the German Yoshi player, and then beat Ken, MPG, Base Mage, Shattuck, Reflow. So pretty good run for 7th here. Collision, he beat MPG on the list, so that's worth something, and then lost to 2 other players on the list. There's another event where, like, yeah, he beat Ouch at Ichigo Con, which is pretty big. And in Code Crimson, he also got 3rd. Mainly beating people below him, but losing people likely above him. D tier losses I don't give a shit about. Also, Spickle's DreamHack Atlanta, beat Anarchy. So it really is the Supernova run carrying a lot of this right now. Plus that Ouch win as well. I mean, it's good. I like it for the most part. Most of his losses are pretty strong. Best wins of Ouch and Reflow, yeah. I mean, probably above BMP. Maybe above AK2. Because AK is like 2 best wins of Shiny Mark, but also better losses across the board, I feel like. And better consistency in his placements. So maybe, I don't know. Okay, sure. I'm kind of losing a bit with the second half. I'm not like this part of the list. It's gonna get even more nebulous as we go further down. Yeah, I don't know if it's he's next to BMP. I don't know if it's Blubber or Bow. I'll come back to it. Karage. Karage's had a pretty solid second half of the year, but I don't know if it's enough to make top 50, to be honest. I keep forgetting to go back to this. I don't know why. Does this have... Okay, so I'd have to go to like the actual... Oh, shit. Alright, Karage. Find some Sumabato. I don't know what the ordering here is. Was it round robin pools maybe? I don't know. Kind of nothing Grand Wars. Bad Sumabato. Pretty good Umabira. Amazing losses. Depth wins on Artishi and Raaru paying Kirifune. Things pick up here, I see. Okay. I mean, everything else after this starts to become pretty solid. I mean, it's kind of a nothing Kagaribi. Ooh, but nothing really crazy, to be honest. Fortunately, it's two amazing runs towards the end of the year aren't here on here. You got so close in a few sets. Yeah, unfortunate. A lot of game 5s I see here. I honestly would probably put him below Jagabata, though. I don't know. Nothing here screams top 50 to me. Well, Jagabata at least has a sense of a chance, but probably not. Cola. Probably one of the first players who might end up higher than we've looked at for some of the other players on this list. Second, Beach losing to Peepnut. 17th at Supernova, not really beating anyone noble, but not really losing to anyone crazy. 17th at Riptide. So I'm curious what his big peak is here. He did beat Rathamonte at Ichigo-Con. One code Cribson. Beat Shiny Mark. So we're collecting some good wins here, I see already. On DreamHack Atlanta. And then the port was yeah, losing to Eboz kind of sucks, but this event was just not good. It's Citadel. I've heard he went all secondaries this event, so I'm not gonna look at it. This is a weird one, Mute wins, Wrath win, Monte win. For the most part, the losses are pretty good. Like, the only one that was weird out of these events was Eboz. And then Citadel not just being a good event at all, but everyone has like one a bad event right now. I mean, I'd probably put him above like AK, to be honest. Just loses to players who are better than him. Yeah, kind of right now. He's caused some upsets. He has like one really bad event. I'd probably put him above AK. Shooting AK and Akaki Kusu, based off of just that. I feel like Akak has better peaks at least. All right, Kurama. I think, if I remember, Kurama had a pretty solid second half. Yeah, the USA final was great because he beat Leo and Monty. Kind of an empty most wanted. A fine Supernova. Pretty good Riptide, beat Ouch. And pretty good losses as well. Made top 8 Eugene Bound, beating Monte again. Oh, that's it. It ends there. Was he not at port? Why did I feel like he was at port? I guess he didn't go. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of good wins here, and for the most part, he's not really losing to players below him. Ataya as his worst loss is really, really strong. I mean, I like the season for the pretty well. Yes, I mean, this is tough because this feels better than like Luto season, right? Yeah, I might put him that high. Really consistent, good wins. Really solid losses. Sure. I'm struggling to remember everything at this point with like, I'm trying to remember where people's seasons are. It is so hard to remember, like short term. I might have to do some double checking at the end of the stream of certain players, but overall, I think Kurama is pretty high up there. Kirofune, I know, also had a pretty good second half of the year. Random Mate wins at a D tier. I think this ended up becoming a C tier. That also needs to be re-tiered. Funny Smash Party results, as per usual. I have nothing meh Sabugeki. Not a great old core. I felt like he had some big events. Yeah, there's Major Impact where he beat Uwame and Shuton. He also just has a lot of random losses. Like, why did he lose to a King K. Rool round 1? He's a crazy attender. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, the Kagari run. I remember like he had one big major run. It's still not the craziest run, to be honest. Got double Steved. This is a season. Okay. Probably above Karage. Probably above Jagabata. Yeah, I'd probably put him like here. Above I'd probably put Jagabata above. Maybe. This is so hard. Oops. I'll have to come back. But I'll put Kurofune at 42 based on what I'm saying. No. Yeah, no. That's where I want him. Put him below Andric. Alright, Lammers. I know he has the port run. I don't know what else he has. GP depth filler. He's probably just going to be just outside the top 50 with some other players, if I had to presume. So not a lot of attendance. Was at the USA finale, beat Lily Money and Kierash. 7th at Most Wanted, nothing really too crazy. 17th at Eugene Bound. Once again, nothing crazy. Speeding Base Mage. 3rd at Ascension, kind of a net negative for what we're looking at right now. Kierash, and then Port was the big run where he beat Ashimo, Monte, and Shattuck. Okay. I mean, for the most part, it's not bad. Ashimo wins and Monte wins nice. I don't know if that one run's like enough. I mean, for the most part, his season's relatively clean otherwise. He has some good depth wins that are probably going to show up later down. I don't think he's top 50. He has a Kurama one, by the way. Did I miss that? Where is that? I feel like besides the Taman loss, he's pretty okay with those. Yeah, like it's nothing, but it's like nothing crazy, right? It's that one run kind of doing a lot of lifting. Remove the ranked filter? Well, no. Why would I remove the... Oh, the USA pre-thingy isn't considered ranked on Super Major. Okay, gotcha. I'll take your word for it then. Maybe? I mean, like, I like his consistency. For the most part, it's pretty good. He has some, like, fun, weird losses, but it feels pretty in comparison. Similar run to Andric, but Andric has a lot more regionals. Yeah, I guess. Sure. All right. So what I want to know for Lima is what does he have outside of his port run? We got FD wins. Oh, this is it, huh? Oh, we're descending. Hold on. Weird season. Riptide beat Ashimo. Okay. So Riptide's really good, actually. Great losses. 9th place. Oh, this is one of those really weird everywhere seasons, huh? Because then you have the 5th at Port where he beat Syrup and Reflow and Neo and Mildna. There's a lot of good stuff in here, but there's also a lot of... I mean, there's a lot of good, though. Can't really ignore that, too. It's once again kind of all over the place. Best wins of Ashimo and Syrup. Oh, I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. His biggest events are all good or nothing. Yeah, like, it's still... But nothing's not bad. It's just nothing. I like it more than Shuton. Probably more than Shiny Mark 2, to be honest. Trying to remember Shiny Mark's other wins. I don't know. It's a little... I know I'd probably put him above T. I'm trying to think if I put him above Shuton. I'd probably put him above Shuton. I don't know if I put him above Shiny Mark, but I think Louis Bites had a really good season. Because, like, even his worst runs are really not that bad. I don't remember Shiny Mark's wins anymore. Like, I'm trying to sit here thinking about it. I'm like, I just don't remember. I mean, Shiny Mark also has, like, the one bad event, and yeah. But even Lumos, like, doesn't really have, like, any super bad... No, I'd put Lumo. No. I'll leave that at 29. Shiny Mark has the 2 Zomba wins. You're right. And the Leo wins. I'm just trying to compare wins again, because their other stuff feels pretty similar. Lumos might be overall better, to be honest. I actually would put Liam Money above Shiny Mark. Yeah. Alright. Luigi, I don't know what your seasons even entail, to be honest. You beat Leo at Smash Mania, I think, and that's all I remember. Random EUG tier. Lost to Zomba and Tarek at Norway B tier. In Smash Mania, he did really well. He got upset early, but then beat Leo, Big Boss, and Crepe. Also, Shanique had a B tier too. Shanique, I forgot Shanique kind of popped off. Honestly, not kind of a worse second half for Luigi in comparison to his first half. Will there be a top 200 NA rank like last time? I assume so. Kind of not really that impressed for the most part, to be honest. Like, he doesn't even have wins on the big top EU guys. It's really just Leo and Big Boss and Crate. He's taken a lot more losses than last time, too. Very consistent, mind you, but, like, there's just not a lot really here to work with in comparison to at least last season, right? I mean, that's better than Karage and Jagabata and Kirifune, I feel like. Maybe not better than Kirifune. I feel like it's better than Jagabata and Karage. But I'm not gonna really put Lugi that high. Like, just good consistency. Peak win of Leo's still pretty good. But just not a lot to really work with, I can't lie. Wow, you don't even make attendance. So we have this ridiculous Sushi run at Sumabato. Holy shit. This is a crazy run. What the hell? And then kind of like a nothing Umabira. And not so great. Can I just not rank you? You wouldn't even make eligibility normally. I fucking don't know, man. You're going below Lugi, I guess. I don't fucking know. You are weird. You're weird and stinky. Photos 3 events because of Dormigi. God fucking damn it. Alright, you're weird and stinky. You're going down here. Or Mati. Because I know it's like the one Sumabato, but is there anything outside of that that's... Alright, I see you beat him at Tomopi at Ulcor, but I don't think Tomopi's gonna be ranked that high. Beat Rarks too. Mati. Who gives a shit? D tiers. Then the Sumabato he won really wasn't the craziest thing, to be honest. Like, a lot of good depth wins. Like, everyone here has good depth wins at this point. Honestly, I'd put Mati at the bottom of the list. There isn't really much here that I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing really that stands out to me in comparison to all the players above him. I think Kurobanzo beat Raaru at the Sumabato, so Mati could have gone Raaru when there you go. By the way, thank you for 200 followers. Apparently I just hit that. That's sick. Milda. Man, if I recall correctly, your season's all over the fucking place too. Yeah. Oh, Christ. God damn it. It's like, once again, kind of shit the bed at most of the events and then had like one good run, right? I got second in Kulan beating Hurt, so that's at least something outside of just the one event. But a lot of this is not great or really rough, I can't lie. Or like empty, just empty. And yeah, he's kind of getting carried by Hurt, Toon, and Monte wins. But a lot of this is mediocre at best, bad at worst. Honestly, I can't even like put him high because it's just a lot of it's not. Like, a lot of it's not good. Like, that port run's good. That Kulan's run's good. There's empty, and then there's just a lot of bad. Empty, or like just depth wins. Relatively empty, or honestly bad. Pretty bad. Do I value his peak wins over Mate just having depth? I mean, Mate had some also stinkers. I'd at least put you above Mate, but I'm not impressed by Mild this season, I can't lie. Mr. Big Boss. Might be carried by EU doing really well the second half of the year, but we'll find out. Uwame fan, thank you for the sub, I appreciate it. You won't have to sit in ads. It's just the only reason you should ever sub. You could also use my dog's faces as emotes. I don't really know why you'll ever use them, but yeah. Decrypt Smash Mania. That's really it. I'm assuming the big events like are gonna be EU events at the end. Did beat Ruffalo to C tier. Tilde. I forgot Tilde was at the Portugal event. That's so funny. Third at Glory beating Lugi and Gluto. There we go. And Siski. So yeah, it's gonna probably be... Oh, but then not really strongest at No Time to Till. Yeah, nothing too crazy to be honest. I mean, his majors are fine too. S Factor's like fine. Sashini is fine. In comparison to the rest of who we have here, I'd at least put him above Mate. It's still fine, but like he's lacking a lot afterwards. I'll just fix that later. But probably not going to stay top 50 for long. Neo. Neo's probably one of those players that has a lot better stuff than maybe some of the players we looked at already earlier, so it might rank higher than we expect. Kind of a nothing Philippines event. Honestly, not the strongest S factor. Kind of a nothing most wanted. Kind of a bad supernova. Actually, I'm not sure anymore about Neo. I know he has the shoot on the Kurofune wins. And then Kakusu again at Impact Major. Kagari beat Milna, Rapid Fire. Port. Oh, I forgot I got 9th at Port. Beating Toon. That's pretty good. That's really kind of it. I mean, it's good. Like, for the most part, any player he's lost to, like, his worst loss is Fatality. He's kind of lacking a bit of wins, though, right? I mean, I'd probably put this as a very, like, a better version of Gluto's season, if I were to say anything. I'm trying to remember who Kurama's wins were. Probably, I mean, this is pretty solid across the board. Kind of just like a similar version to T season. Probably put Nail like there. Another oddball who always kind of jumps around to results. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like low 30s. He doesn't have the Doramiki win anymore this season, which kind of sucks. Yeah, not the worst like losses for a 25th at Sumabat though. This one's just not that great, to be honest. Yeah, no, his second half I feel like it wasn't as good as the first half. Kind of really struggled to find results for the most part. He's also an attender though, but he gets upset pretty early. I'm trying to see, like, what big run does he have that feels like he should be? Oh, this one. I mean, it's still even not that big. Like, there's some good, like, a lot of good depth wins. I'm a Rarix might miss top 50 full year. I don't know if he's carried by the Zoramigi win. I don't think he'll miss full year, but he'll definitely not be ranked as high as I feel people remember him. He definitely misses top 50 for this season. I'll say that for this second half. There's not really a lot going on here. Can't lie. I'd put him at the very bottom, to be honest. Reno. I know the Akala wins this season. I don't know what else Reno has. Yeah, there's shit like Tom P. Kenner, Ashimo, Rocky, Ruffle wins. Oh shit, that's a lot. Yeah, because we have the Akala win outside Bugeki. Kind of meh to not really good Umabura. Not a good weekly Smash Party, but that's like a C tier. Who cares? Kind of a not great Impact Major 1. And then it has Leaf win. Okay. So we got Leaf win here. Double eliminated by Gachipi, but like Gachipi's probably going to be mid 60s, 70s anyway. Kind of a not good Kagaribi, but did get a Gachipi run back, but still. Beat Tamego, who's on the list we're looking at right now. This is out of season. Actually, this second half for Reno was like... Oh, sorry, I meant Rarix. That makes sense. Yeah, kind of a rough second half. It's kind of just an Aquila win and some depth. So kind of a worse version of Milna's season, but like, I'd even go far to say it's worse than like Mate and Rarix. I'm not really... Yeah, right. Like a single Aquila win ain't much, and there's a lot of not amazing losses in here. Kind of like meh losses for the most part. I mean, not the worst. So I guess I wouldn't put you at the very bottom, but like it's one win. It really is one, potentially 2 top 50 wins in this entire... Oh, and Leaf. I forgot Leaf. All right. Okay, because we have to kind of consider Leaf here. I mean, I'd say better than Big Boss, better than Milda then. Because the losses actually are a lot better than I'm realizing, looking back through it. For this section of the list. Maybe like here, 44. I still think it's like, it's 2 wins, but it's like, it's not enough for me. Probably the top of this group right now though, or top of this area. Probably won't say top 50 if I had to guess, but those wins do, like Leaf is a top 20 win in this conservative ranking right now. So we kind of have to treat it that way as well. I think once I finish this group, I'm going to need to like take a break. I keep forgetting to do it through this. Oh, you barely make attendance. What the hell? So Shattuck has AK Ouch wins at Supernova and amazing losses. Beat Karama at Eugene Bound Summer. And then also got 9th at Port, beating Reno over Flow Shot. Dude, this season's amazing for just 3 events. Holy shit. What the fuck? This is so good. Like, no... I think Ouch is like the only top 20 win. But still, this is really, really solid. Shaq doesn't make attendance. We're doing all any players. I think it's a cap of 3 because we want to incorporate Doramigi in the list. I have Shattuck pretty high, to be honest. For just 3 events. I mean, I want to be fair because it's only... I'm trying to be fair because it's 3 events. But honestly, I put him above Gluto. Like, this is very, very, very strong. Very, very strong comeback from Shaq. I hope we see more of him next year. I know he's been busy with school. Shion always has some bullshit going on. God, attendance poster. Shion's probably gonna end up being higher than I think because I always forget what the hell they do. And they've definitely improved a lot. So even like their worst events are still pretty good. Right, 2 Ashimo wins. They won Fist Bump, I forgot. Did they win English menu Fist Bump? That's crazy. Honestly, pretty good second half of the year that I'm seeing so far because a lot of these events are pretty good. I don't know why we didn't look at him earlier. Like, even at 33rd losing to Ken and Raaru Kagaribi, like, that sucks, but that's still, it's like a nothing event. It doesn't matter then. I'm putting Shion pretty high, honestly. This feels pretty good. This is that season. Yeah, no, this is actually really good. Shion got real consistent TBH. Honestly, I didn't realize. Yeah, no, this is really good. We got best wins of Masa, Yoshidora, Ashimo twice. Really, honestly, not really any super bad losses as I like 1. Probably above, like right next to Kakikusu, honestly. Probably. I think these are pretty comparable. They're pretty different in what they do, but comparable in what their end game season is. No, I think like Akikusu's also been pretty consistent for the most part. And I think his peaks are relatively higher. Okay, Sin. I don't remember what Sin did outside of Port. I feel like they did also good at one of the 2 Kanto majors that happened. I don't remember. There's too much to remember. What is the other event? Because most of this is meh to not great. It's gotta be more than just... Oh, he did okay at this Kagaribi. I thought he did better than that. This is that season. Honestly, worse than I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of just 2 good majors against a lot of either empty to not very good, to be honest. It's a shame Shion's getting banned from Umebira. Why is he getting banned? Blocked by Umeki on Twitter. Of course. Honestly, I might just put Sin at the bottom of the list. I'm really not that impressed by what's here. I feel like the tweak's like a good win, obviously, but outside of that, it's really empty. Like, really empty. I can't really, in good conscience, put Sin that high. Snow, I don't remember what your second half of the year is, because I'm surprised you even qualified, because I know you came back for Riptide, and I don't remember what was after that. Yeah, kind of a meh Riptide. An okay Sumabato. Used to be Akikusu and Karage. Kind of an other Sumabato. I mean, some decent solid wins, but like nothing really crazy here. Kind of an overall nothing second half, to be honest. It's like Rarix, but kind of better without the lows. Alright, Tama P, I know you have a weird fucking second half of the year. Oh, you barely met eligibility. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'd overall say a not good old core. Kind of bad. I mean, a best win at Ken and Ryope is not amazing, to be honest. Good losses, obviously, but... And then Kagari 14 lost to Frontier, who I'm gonna consider a bad loss right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be kind of harsh about this. It's only 3 events. Honestly, I'd put you below Sin. I am not a big fan of what the hell. For 3 events, 1, not below Sin. No, below Sin. You don't even have like a top 15 equivalent win. This kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Really rough second half of the year, but it is what it is. How many more do we got? Tamego. All right, I'm very curious to see where Tamego ends up because I know Saibu Bageki, he didn't beat a ton of big players. On the same time, he did win a major the second half of the year, so he's probably going to be up there at least. We're close. So there's the one he won with the best win of Uwame, which is not amazing because of how many because the big upsets kind of happened. Black's kind of fucked up the bracket, and I immediately got 9th the next event. Yeah, he did have the good, decent Umabira, but like it's once again like these events have a lot of bracket luck that goes into them, so it kind of sucks when it doesn't turn out how you want it to. It's so weird that I might have to put him outside top 50. Alright, wins on Shuton. Man, it's still empty though. Wrathtax, kind of, yeah. I mean, once again, like, he has some weird losses too. It's a very inconsistent season across the board. I'm not gonna take the C tier losses too harshly, to be honest. Those happen to everyone in this area. I mean, I'd say this is like a better version of Lugi's. Maybe. Because even like his C tier losses and wins aren't amazing. Tarek. Now, this is a weird one because on a full year ranking, I wouldn't really consider him here, but because Siski and Reflow are really high on mine right now, on my ballot, I'm gonna have to definitely consider Tarek for top 50. So we know he dominated over EU for a bit, beat Reflow at Norway event, beat Cole at Supernova, I forgot about that. A lot of EU shenanigans. Unfortunately, kind of shit the bed at Port. Then beat Big Boss and Reflow. Beat Siski at No Time to Tilt. I mean, a worse loss of like, in terms of big events, Whiskey, it's not great. But it's like the only really one out of every big event he went to. So that's also really, really good. Only like 2 C tier losses. Wins on Reflow, wins on Siski. That's kind of where it ends, right? I mean, I will put that above like, I'll take the consistent losses, but not as good peak wins. And Cola, yeah, I'll put that over Reno. I think that's a fair place to put Tarek. It gets so nebulous this far down. Like, it's just, I don't fucking know, man. I'm looking for again. Torigiri. I forgot for a second. I'm like slowly losing it. After I finish this group, I need a small break. Get more water and something. Oh god, it's like, it's Port. And that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no. Oh god. Don't make me rank this. I mean, his losses aren't that bad at most of the events. Beat Shiny Mark and Louis Money. And Nisa Danny at least are on the list, but I mean, most of the losses aren't that bad. Most of the losses aren't that bad. Some of them are, but most of them aren't that bad. I mean, it's more than Mate and Snow, I feel like, at least. But not in the top 50. Umeki. So I know we have the top 2 at Impact Major. I don't remember. I feel like Umeki had a not very good second half of the year, though. Yeah. Right off the bat, huh? Did beat Leaf, but like, I can't really. Unfortunately, this is out of season, but at least Umeki's off to a good start. Oh god, I feel like just off principle, even at the second at an A tier, I'll at least put you above Tama P, but I feel really rough putting you any higher than that. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to put you above Tama P. No, I don't. I changed my mind. You're going to the very bottom, unfortunately. Even with better peak wins, just, oh my god. Alright, Yone P. I feel like I actually had a pretty good second half of the year. Some weird losses around the area, some pretty good wins. 13th at Ulcor. Got upset early, but like solid. Otherwise, alright, it's not great in Mabira. Won this B tier after losing the YI. Got Rocky, Rarix wins. Having nothing B tier. Not really good Sumbato. Fine Smash Mania, lost to Rakior, who I know is not on the list, but Rakior is like a solid player. Cafeteria Cup was a defining event though. Being Ashimo, Leo, and Ken, that's pretty big. Been like a okay Kagaribi. I mean, for the most part, this is pretty solid. I hate these round robin events. I don't want to know what the fuck happened here. Then another nothing Sumabato. Kind of a bad Sumabato, to be honest. Ooh. I mean, I kind of like what's here for the most part. I'd probably put it above like Reno. Some inconsistency issues, but like for the most part, I actually really like what I see there. And Yoshidora, this far down because alphabetical, but probably going to be higher up than expected. Barely making attendance. Ugh, I need to sit up. Kind of slashing in my chair. Sorry, I'm checking a message from my wife. Yoshidora, let's see. Very good Sumabato. Yarwin, pretty solid losses for the most part. Neither Nobira being Shuton, and really good losses too. Fourth at Sumabato. So just really good consistency across the board. And then 25th at Kagari losing the Grand Prix of all players, but still picked up some wins. I mean, this is definitely the worst event. Pretty good. Now, where the hell do I put you? Because the wins aren't like amazing. But like, I feel like you at least deserve to be still on the lower end. Don't get me wrong, because I feel like it's missing some of the bigger wins. Like, no top 20 win is a bit rough. Yeah, no top 20 win is pretty rough, actually. But the consistency is pretty great. I put you above Crepe, at least. So yeah, no one actually really cracked above Monty. I guess whoever suggested that earlier was right. The Raph effect? Yeah, kind of. But like, I'd say it's like a slightly worse version of Moss's season. I don't know, actually. Because it's really consistent. Except for that Kagari where he lost the Grand Prix. He didn't really pick up a lot of big wins down the way, honestly. I saw Rocky. Unfortunately, Shuton. It's like a best win of what? Yara and Shuton, and that's it. Oh, Shirayuki, actually. You know what? I'd say this is like a slightly worse version of Shattuck's season then. I think 35 is fair. Oh, this is a mess. Anyway. Alright. How many players do we have left? We still have like over 50. Oh my god. Oh, I need to figure out where Alendis goes now, don't I? Fuck. I can confidently put Alendis. Like, Alendis to me feels like a Kirofune, if that makes sense. Or like around Kirofune, Lugi. I put him like above Kirofune, but I wouldn't put him in the top 50. I think that's a fair place for him. Just because it's mainly regional stuff. Yeah, no, I think that's where he goes. Oh, okay. I need a break. When we get back, I think we're just gonna rip the rest of this list in a row. Because I don't know how you even go about ordering the rest of these guys. This is something else. Vibes-based pog. I mean, that's what fucking panels can feel like sometimes. It kind of gets very vibey. Can't lie. Alright. I'm gonna, like, walk around and stretch for a bit. I need a moment to just... and, like, refill water. Maybe grab a snack, or honestly, maybe make dinner. Is there a way to look at the doc? This is the official ballot, so no. Unfortunately, if you're not part of the ballot, you can't really look at the full doc. But I will be right back. How do I do this? Can I make the text black? Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'll be back. I need, like, a couple minutes to chill. I'm gonna just run the ads now so that you guys don't have to deal with them later. Ugh, okay. Jesus. I don't want to wear these right now. My head needs a break from them. You guys can enjoy the music though, and just let me know when it ends. So we got 50 more players to go, and it's been 4 hours. At least it feels like the rest of the list will go by a bit faster, as it's not going to feel as determined. A lot more vibey. Lack of TTS these past few weeks made me realize how dependent I am to... Oh, shit, what did I just do? Oh, I accidentally just refreshed the page. Lack of TTS these past few weeks made me realize how dependent I am to watch Smash now. It's very useful to find where events are. There's at least the important ones are still up on the TTS. Sorry, I just need a moment. I'm so fucking hungry. Probably just gonna have a very late dinner, but I just need something in my system right now. Y'all want a pal, gotta pay the price. Who's this y'all? Sorry if you hear my dogs in the background. My wife left the house and she probably just got home. Where were we? All right, we're doing the rest of the players, huh? Okay. Okay. So this is 53. So that means there's 119 players. Scroll all the way down. 119. Oh, that made me feel a lot worse about it. Okay. Shit. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just rip through it. These guys will probably be faster. I think it's understandable to care a little less. It's gonna be very nebulous, I think. I keep forgetting about the text to take off the screen. I don't think like any sense is gonna be made. It's gonna be very vibesy compared to anything else because it's gonna be making comparisons between seasons that are so different. This is kind of his defining run of the season, which was at Old Core, which isn't the craziest run when you look at it in comparison to everything else that's happened. Honestly, he might just go straight to the bottom of the list because it's like nothing. Like there's nothing here for me to, I can't say bottom because it's actually really not that bad. It's just kind of meh. Actually, he might just go to the bottom because there's just not really any wins of anyone we've talked about on here just yet. So yeah, I think you go to the bottom. Brain struggling. Anarchy. I don't really remember what Anarchy's done the second half. I know he had a pretty solid first half, but I just don't remember. Like, was there any super big event he did something at? Riptide, he just got kind of bracket lucked, which is unfortunate. I mean, BMP good wins good. I mean, impeccable losses for all these events, except for that one. I spoke a little too soon. Yeah, kind of nothing really. It's just like it's a lot of empty runs, but for the most part, still solid. It's just there's no wins. It's like nothing, but it's gonna be better than some people's seasons, I guarantee you. I mean, he's gonna go on the bottom for now. Base Mage, I remember he had actually picked up some pretty solid wins, if I'm not mistaken. I keep scrolling down this page without no fucking reason. So yeah, Cheat Supernova. Not a lot to work with here though. If he makes top 100, it's gonna be at the very tail end, I'd say, because a lot of his losses are pretty good for the most part. He might just make it at the end of the list, I can't lie. I'll put him above Anarchy though. It's gonna get dire once we get to the end of the list, so we'll see how this goes. I know Chag also has, I know he has his really good Supernova. I think he might have a Spargo win too, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, normal S Factor. Beat Gacked in Spain for, that's a funny event. Oh, beat Wrath. That's a pretty good win this season, the second half of the year. I mean, pretty good Mexico regionals overall. Did kind of explode in Chile, but Chile is such a question mark right now. It's hard to really kind of figure out where to put this, right? That being said, I'm still going to consider it a quote-unquote bad event, considering he was the second seed. I think got DQ'd. And that made all rules around the third, I guess. Interesting. I mean, overall, pretty solid. Beat Big Boss in Spain. I'd probably put him above Anarchy. And Base Mage, maybe? I mean, Peak One of Wrath. Yeah, I'd put him above Base Mage. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'd put him above Base Mage, but this definitely feels like the lower end of top 100. Sean's had a pretty good second half of the season. I know his hurt win isn't really in here anymore, which sucks for him, but that's not good for a first event to see. What was the good event he had? He beat Leaf. We have pretty high on our fucking ranking right now. I thought he had one big event that was really good. A lot of this is not great, I will say. I picked up Mile None Akakikusu wins. Okay, this is not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Can't lie, a little disappointed. He has some good wins, but he has a lot of rough losses. Very, very inconsistent. I'd at least consider him down here. I don't know. I can't put Sean that high. I feel like there's way too many losses here that are not good. But he does have some solid wins compared to everyone else down here. Maybe behind Akio. I mean, Akio doesn't really have anything. He just has solid major performances. feel like Akio should probably be down here. He didn't really have any wins. That feels Umeki-ish. Yeah. At least Umeki has that second. Danny, I do not know what Danny's done the second half of the year. I can't lie. Because his major top 8 was the first half. Kind of surprised to see him here because it must have been very low key. It's probably because of this event. Beast Mode Paul win. Kind of surprised he's on the ballot actually. Because I feel like there's players who've had better seasons than him on here. Like that BMP win should not be enough to throw him up here. I can't lie. Yeah, this is a interesting inclusion. I mean, he goes on the bottom to be honest. Our mate win. Not enough here. Arme is not on the ballot. I'm not really sure. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like Danny's best events aren't even in this half of the year. I'm kind of surprised to see him this high up because I know the ballot was determined algorithmically. At least 120 players we're looking at. Daigoro. I know Daigoro. That's not like the strongest second half of the year. Like still potentially low top 100, but I remember it not being great. Bout was like top 110 on both lunar rank and DQ rank, plus a few extras at Trade Wars discretion. I think Danny was one of them. Interesting. I mean, this starts off solid, but I know he kind of has some rougher performances later down the line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, not really a lot going on here. At least we got Neo no Kombu wins. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest. I don't see it, to be honest. Like Sai and Yoni P best wins, but that's not really a lot in comparison to the area we're in right now. I know Lijman had a pretty good second half of the year, but I have no idea what the full context of it is or who he may have upset. I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, empty Supernova losing to good players. Kind of same with Riptide. Stuff 6 isn't the best loss in this context for a top 100. Expecting better, but for the most part it's kind of empty, similar to Anarchy, but a bit better. I think he has potential, but he just needs to cause bigger upsets. I put him above Anarchy. He just needs to do more. Actually, I'd probably put him above Akio too, to be honest, because Akio's results are kind of everywhere. It's a little too empty for me. Best wins of like Mark. Good losses. Like he's losing the players who are better than him. Not a lot. Sometimes, but like most of those losses were pretty solid. Unfortunately, just not there yet. He might just sneak in top 100 because I don't know how some of these players further down the line feel. Fire! Where is Fire on this list? That's not... Oh, they have it like numerical, not like how... No, I think Elijman has potential to do pretty well down the line. Like he's just... This year was just his rise up. I think he needs to start causing upsets, though. That's the big thing. Have an empty Saibugeki. Umbera. Not really great, to be honest. Leaf win on C tier. Pretty big deal right now. Beat Yoshidora at Sumabato. That's right. And Shutan. Okay, we're doing some work here. We got shit to work with here. And then kind of did nothing at Impact Major. I mean, this is not terrible. I honestly would probably put Fire above Tama P and Umeki and Sin. Maybe there. Maybe above Rarks too, to be honest. And Snow. And Mate. Not above Torigiri. I put Fire like here. Fire has a very good second half of the season. For this area. Yeah. FD. I know FD has some regional wins. I don't know who he's beaten at them. I mean, already I see a big boss win. That's better than some players already. Okay, got 17th at the one major with the Tan Man loss, which isn't great. Ichiko Kana is on. I mean, Mo's actually not a bad win, but the losses are... The upset early is not the greatest either. Got Lamra's win at Ascension. Oh, and beat Louis Money at Guildhouse. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Port wasn't great. Unfortunately, also similar, like, has good regional results, but kind of struggles at majors, which is always tough. I mean, there is some good stuff in there. I feel like it's better than some players on here. I put him below probably base. I think below base mage is a pretty reasonable area. A little inconsistent, but like overall, there's some good stuff, and the majors just need to be better. Okay, outside of the two tweak wins, what else does Phantom have? I know they do solidly at Tri-State Regionals, but I'm curious to, I don't remember exactly what else they have. So it says there's 2 pretty big wins. Oh shit, they beat Light and Jazzo, that's right. They had a pretty good collision. And a fine Riptide. And then, yeah, the tweak win, the 2 tweak wins at Fireside, as well as Jackal, we haven't really gotten to yet. This is pretty good. How's it going, young man? Trade War, look at the time we have on the stream right now that I've been live for 4 hours and 20 minutes. Look at my fucking players I have left. My humble request is we do top 50 only next time we do this, because this is ridiculous. This is so hard, and it gets so fucking stupid past 50, I can't lie. But I'm pretty sold on Phantom's results this season. They're not majors, but I'd put them above. See, I knew myself well enough not to know not to give myself one. Fair enough, but you make us all suffer because of this. How would Toon work if only a port and fry? So I mean, it's up to our discretion. Like, this is an algorithm-based kind of win. Like, I'm gonna view Tweak as a good win despite his rusty start because it's Tweak. I mean, still, you have also wins on Light and Jazzo. This is really solid list. It's just none of it's at majors. I'll probably at least say like Phantom's kind of high up for me, I can't lie. I'd probably put Phantom like here. Because the losses are pretty good too, because a lot of them are just at like, yeah, it's Syrup, Jackal. Jugs kind of just has random upsets everywhere. I'm surprised Chugs is not on the list, to be honest. Ouch. Zomba, Ling's not, and then this is probably, the Supernova is probably the one event that's not like amazing. It's not good, I should say. So yeah, I'm down to put Phantom relatively high. I think his second half is actually pretty good. Peaks and not really a lot of lows. I think it being at regionals kind of hurts a bit, or like there's not a lot of big events. It hasn't really performed at a lot of majors, but I'll put him at least respectably, right? For Raaru, I know we got the Sumabato run, but do we have anything else? Yeah, disaster port, right? Yeah, that's kind of the problem. He has this amazing run, beating a lot of great players, or pretty ranked in the top 50. Then kind of has Isabelle-ass results everywhere else. And Kurifune is also a good win, but Isabelle-ass results everywhere else. Is all over the fucking place. Exploded at port. Like super exploded at port. Sumabato fucking rules. So yeah, it's really good. It's kind of like a better version of Umeki season. By quite a bit though. Probably put like Ferraraman under fire. Because at least like there's some inconsistencies, but there's at least some wins picked up at some of those bad, like quote unquote bad events too. Fun fact, I messaged Umeki for a ballot. He did not respond. I got dono walled. Feels bad. Got cheapy. I keep seeing Got cheapy on some win list here, on losses for some players here. So let's see where he actually ends up. I feel like Cheapy has relatively solid season. I don't remember him exploding at any events, at least off the top. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Why can't rankings be simple? Why does it always have to be players just kind of explode in Japan all the time? He wins a B tier. True, over Reno and Leaf. We got multiple Leaf wins. Oh, how's the Super Major site, by the way? Really good. This has helped a lot. This has honestly made things really, really easy. They made this very, very easy. Ball loss, yeah. Ball's definitely not a good loss in this case, I will say. Once again, another Japanese player with kind of all over the place results. Feels good, P good at least. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put him. He's got good wins across a bunch of events, but we also got some bad losses, a bunch of events. He kind of feels this area-ish. I'd put him like between Tamego and level 1. That feels kind of correct. That's not the right player. This is a fucking mess. Okay, gacked. Woohoo! Woohoo! Wee. You see him slowly losing it as the time goes on. As time arrow marches forward, and I lay on my deathbed thinking, what have I done with my life? This stream's gonna come to mind. I'm not gonna be able to talk tomorrow. Nothing Philippines event. Got fire win at least. Level 1 win at Sumabato. Solid depth run at Kagaribi with good losses. And then kind of a nothing run of Glory. So not a lot. Good losses for the most part. Actually across the board, pretty good losses. Very consistent. He feels better than some of the other empty players. I'd probably put him... I mean, he's going down pretty low. What's your best win? Fire, I think? No, you're going below Anarchy. Never mind. You're down there. You're probably not making top 100. I can't lie. All right, we're at 20 left. No, that's not true. Goryoka. Making sure I'm not needed for anything. Good. About to starts with got Ken, Saya wins, Kome wins, good losses for the most part. Kind of a lot of empty runs it looks like, and then kind of shit the bed. Okor didn't do well in Mabira. Very typical Japan stuff. Yeah, kind of not really a lot to talk about here the second half. Like, he has some solid, like, he's just losing to people better than him. That's kind of the thing. Except for this. I don't know what happened here. But, like, for the most part, it's like a less consistent version of Gak's season. He just has the Ken win. Or at least it feels like he has a few more wins. I mean, he has some wins. I'd probably put him above, like, Olijman, but Akio, like, yeah, essentially. Okay. Where are we up? Gilhue. I honestly don't remember Gilhue's results, but he's kind of just spawned in as a top 100-ish level player for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if he's top 100 the second half of the year. Oh, beat Gluto Lust Factor. I forgot about that. Even though I probably saw it like 3 hours ago. Anything super standout-ish? Beat Zog and FD at Eugene Bounce. Not too bad as other major. He beat like any of the other good Mexican players that we're looking at on this list. It doesn't look like it, to be honest. It's kind of being carried by one Gluto win and just good losses at most of his regionals and his other major. Still better than some of the other players we're looking at, I can't lie. Above Gorok, Olijman, all them. I feel, yeah, I'd say above FD as well. For nah, never mind. Probably like here. I'd still say above Goryoka at least, but probably like there. This is getting so vibes based if you haven't been able to notice yet. It's just whatever the fuck feels correct at this point. Because I cannot tell you what any appropriate ordering is. I'm just figuring shit out as I go. Born at the Survova, just empty. They beat like Toon, right? Yeah, they beat Toon at a C tier. That's what I was thinking. Toon Jazo wins, for the most part, pretty good losses outside of like some random D tiers, but like D tiers. I don't fucking know, man. Players are not meant to be ranked this far down in a half year season, 5 months. Probably like here, I guess. We're taking a shot at it. Probably like 71. Mainly just because it feels like regional results. I mean, no, they did do a pretty good run of Riptide. Jackal. I don't remember Jackal's second half of the year either, to be honest. But that's because I think it's mainly contained in Tri-State. I mean, it's solid. Relatively empty for the most part. Kind of doing what you kind of expect him to. We did beat Zomba. Port's a bit on the rougher end. Syrup at a Jersey local, but I don't see it. Or I don't see it on... So I think they might have meant Zomba. The best wins is Zomba, Phantom, and Mo. And Yeast, wherever he ends up. I mean, the majors are also like... They're empty, but they're solid enough, right? It's just it's empty, right? It's kind of like... I see my season, but a bit worse. We're kind of throwing shit at the wall right now. Kept. I know Kept had that really good Cafeteria Cup performance. Can't tell you after that, though. I'll beat Yara at Saibugeki. Like, most of these losses aren't really the worst. And then Cafeteria Cup beat Ashimo. Beat Shion. That's a different Shion, never mind. I mean, solid enough. Like, it's pretty solid for us outside of this first event. But everyone has a bad event at this point. Is it just Yara and Ashimo wins, though, for, like a cheapie? I mean, this is pretty solid, all things considered. Bro, I don't know, man. I feel like Rock should probably be above Snow, actually. God, we still have so many players to go. Hirash, I know they made top 8 again at a major, though I don't remember it being, like, a super big thing. Like, it was at Eugene Bound, but I don't remember who he beat to get there again. God, I went on Monty. I beat Ouch and Monty at Eugene Bound. Okay. Has wins on Lily Money, Lammers. This is actually not bad. And random D tier go. Some regional losses at C tiers, but like for the most part, really not that bad. Actually, I think this is actually a lot higher than I'm realizing too. I honestly put Kirush at a pretty respectable rank, all things considered. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah, I'd put him pretty respectably high. I think he's really done pretty good work outside of some like D tier losses. Like otherwise, really good season for the most part. Kome. I remember Kome's first half of the year being good, but I do not remember Kome's second half. That's kind of just been. What are we doing here? The theme of today, isn't it? Who's gonna be the highest Shulk full year? Probably still Kome, just due to the fact that he has some like top 4 at majors and some pretty good wins from the beginning of the year, if I had to guess. But I don't know if Kome is gonna be top 100 because I don't think any of the Shulks make top 100 full year, unfortunately. Which probably would be Kome, Lijman, and then Akio, if I had to guess. Carmelo, obviously, you're right. My bad. You're right. Very empty season for the most part. Like, he wants to ask why. God damn it. Not really any crazy wins. Not really any crazy losses. Like a best win of Rarix, but pretty empty. Kind of goes in that like empty tier down here. I mean, his losses are really good. We'll just put all the Shulks together because that's how it feels. God damn it. It does not want to save the last thing I do. All the Shulks can just be ranked together. They're all kind of in their weird similar bubbles. What did I just press that it completely... Alright, who are we up to? Kodrinku 1219. I feel like this player is always on the cusp, but I don't really know. Results are kind of inconsistent if I recall correctly. Yeah, kind of a nothing Sumabato. Our third at the B plus Sumabato, beating Ashimo. Goryoka Shed. Oh, that's a really good run. That's a really good run. What the hell? National Sumabato. And just explodes. You're not in season. This is what I mean, like, you get one good run and then the rest is like, okay. 2 pretty bad events. 1 nothing event. Drink is another 1 run Andy. Yeah. Kind of worse than the normal 1 run Andy. This feels impossible. This far down, it's all vibes. There's no sense of correctness. Barely making attendance here. Only 3 events. It's because of T and Tamego wins at Umabura, right? Okay. 3 events is tough to judge because also it's like what? 1 good event, 1 nothing event, 1 bad event. It all kind of just. Who is your good event wins at Umabura? T and Tamego. Okay. You can go below Meki because you're very similar, at least in scale of what you're doing. Kuroponzu. At least I know Kuroponzu, I feel like, has put in good work this second half. Right at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. I'm kind of, as you could tell, this last part is just like the vibing of vibes, wherever feels correct. Torgiri at Sumabato. Not really. Okay, Sumabato. I mean, beats a pretty solid Sumabato run, and then Kaguri was like the big 13th, right? Yeah, Yoshidora Tamego. What's Nabe? Oh, another Sumabato, I didn't realize. Also Rocky. Okay, you know what? You know what? This ain't too bad. This really ain't too bad. I don't know where the fuck I'll put you, though. If you found someone real. I know, right? It's been a while. Above Torgiri, I'd say. Dude, it feels like it's 10 p.m. It's only 7. Oh, Jesus. Okay. How many do we got left? Just for some sake of clarity. Alright, 29. We can go through this. Lax is definitely someone who's going to be higher up. Honestly, I probably should have looked at Lax earlier. Alright, the first side we get can be top 8. Yeah, Reno and Akaikusu wins. Mishiano Watanabe, Daigoro had Old Core. Sahara and Umabura. Weekly Smash parties are always a mess. This is pretty good. Kind of shit the bed at Cafeteria Cup. It happens. Probably his worst event we've seen so far, to be honest. Kaguribi wasn't great. No, this is overall pretty good. I think the big thing is he is missing some of like the top wins, it's really a lot of the same players, but his overall depth of wins is pretty solid. I'd probably put him between Fararman and Mate. Like it's solid. It's solid. It's just solid depth and good consistency. Amazona, I know they've been kind of right now, I think, the best young link in the game. That's not exactly what you want to see first and foremost. Just a quick scroll through. What do we got here? I mean, we got some good regional wins, but do we got anything at the majors? No. I mean, that's pretty good too. Like a lot of depth once again. Relatively strong losses across the board for the most part. Kind of got hit by 2 fucking Wi-Fi warriors at Kagurabi. That sucks. I mean, it's solid. It's solid. It kind of goes with the empty run people, but a bit higher because there is like at least some depth to the wins here. Probably Bogorioko, to be honest. Just feels like a better Akio. Akio's weird. This is like 3 events. Loaf. I know Loaf got that really good Riptide run. I don't remember too much past that. D-tiers, let's see, it was... Yeah, beat Ouch at Riptide. A lot of D-tiers though. And then kind of shit the bed at Port. Okay. Okay, Loaf is Anarchy. He's Anarchy with the better peak win, but the worse. You know what? I'd probably still put that above Akio, I can't lie. Motsunabe. Another player I feel like I haven't really seen much the second half. I feel like they had some rougher results this time around. Probably in the lower end of top 100, but... Find Saibukeki. Empty Old Core. Pretty solid Mabira, actually. T wins, Gak wins. Good losses. Having nothing. Meh. Honestly, a not so great impact major. Excuse me. Kind of a nothing Kagurabi. P Reno though at impact major 2. Alright. So like some solid stuff. Yeah, most of it is a solid depth ones. We hasn't losing anyone bad. Yeah. He's kind of like been in this weird mix of solid depth of wins, but not really losing to a lot of people. You can go above Lax. It's like solid enough. Like he has the wins. He has some solid wins of depth in this depth of wins field that everyone else is in this area for. That sounds right. 66. About where I feel like he's gonna probably be in the full year ranking too, in like the 60s. Named down to 69. He might. I don't know, there's many people who go above him though. Meister being on here is interesting, because isn't he kind of just regional locked right now for the second half of the year? I guess he beat some good Mexican players to be on here, but I don't know how. Because like, yeah, I don't think he's. Oh, he has S Factor. It was a very nothing S Factor. Then you want a C tier over Chag. Want a D tier over Big Boss. D tier doesn't really do anything. And then one C tiers over Alendis. And got an Andric win as well. So he has some like solid depth wins. Kind of a nothing major. He has some solid wins. I'd probably put him like, it's like what, Big Boss, Chag, and Alendis are the 3. Under Limazana. How's this work? Is this like a mock vote? Maka and Aldous being high sort of propels Andric, Manny, Chag, Meister, Mo, and Algus. Got it. Makes sense. So essentially this is the ballot for the second half year ranking, which is kind of like a supplementary thing we're doing. Well, that UltRank's doing. It's not we anymore. The official ranking's still going to be a full year algorithmic one. This is just going to be kind of something to supplement with. Manny. Probably another Mexican player that's going to be a lot of depth. Mexican wins, if I had to guess. Manny's like actually pretty solid. He's always been pretty solid. He's a pretty good player. Kind of another nothing S factor, unfortunately. But wins on Chad, Gilhue. I feel like he beat Waka at some point too, right? Am I not mistaken? I see a lot of losses to beat Meister, beat Mo, Andric, Monty. Oh, this is really good actually for regional results. Nothing too crazy, but like it's pretty good. I don't even remember what some of these player seasons are anymore. We're just vibing it at this point. Where have we got left? 23. All right, I'm gonna go grab some more hydration real quick so I can finish out this last hour likely of the stream. Give me a second. I think my wife left my lemonade at the door. so I have something to drink. Lightning around it. I still need to look at all the results. All right, Marcos. I'm kind of just giving results at this point. I'm not gonna just say everything I see out loud unless it's interesting. Oh, I beat Shion and Rob Soro, the other hero that uses Soro. I think for the most part, solid-ish. Some not good stuff either, but they're not smaller-ish events. Akak wins too. He's very good against the hero Soro like matchups, I guess. Kirifune as well. So he has some lower end wins. Very good losses across the board too. Whereas our depth of players kind of doing what he's doing right now on the ranking. This feels very FD core based on what I remember. Yeah. Feels good. I mean, I like it compared to most other players above him, I guess. I mean, below him. Mark, I do not remember Mark's second half being that, at least in comparison to his first half. Like, I definitely think he's a lot lower down in a full year ranking. Mark was a lot. I mean, yeah. Dude, what is my Sumo Grand Wars bracket? Why does it always look like a fucking mess on here? As I thought, yeah. His attendance posting, but he's not really doing amazing. I mean, this Sumo Delta's not too bad. This is probably the one good run I see so far. Level 1 win another Sumabato. I feel like an empty Kagaribi. Grand Wars was round robin tiebreak, so you can just ignore because the rankings don't count them. Solid to know. I mean, he has once again some depth wins, some pretty solid losses across the board. He's not really. This is why he's on here, huh? The Shutanu Wame wins at Impact Major 2. Got it. Okay. That changes some things at least, because the losses are pretty good. Like most of the losses are people who are on the list. He has some other pretty solid depth wins, or top 50 wins, like Akak and a better version of these guys' tournaments, but without the insanely big win. No, not Ferrara Ramen, actually. I'd say just below Ferrara Ramen. I think Mark's like a better Motsanabe kind of here. Miru. Another player that I know they did well at Kagaribi in the first half. I don't know what else they've done in the second half. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so I did make 7th at the national. Oh, they could beat Shirayuki. Okay, I see. And then is that really where we're kind of on? Be kept. Just has really good losses across the board, it looks like. A lot empty rums otherwise. You're not part of the season. Kind of banking our whole season on Shirayuki win and solid losses, huh? Okay. I want to go down with the one win wonders down here. Honestly, I feel like I'm kind of losing it. I don't even remember what Sean's season and wins were at this point. Like, I don't remember. This is just all vibe. People were not meant to rank this long for this hard. Next is Mo. Yeah, next is Mo. Another player who has some Mexican stuff. Some Mexico wins. I know they can attend out of Mexico, so I don't remember exactly what they have outside of Mexico. Yeah, they did go to S Factor. Once again, kind of an empty S Factor, but wins are pretty good. I mean, the losses are pretty strong there, at least. He's beaten Waka. Didn't really do anything at Eugene Bound. I feel like out of all the Mexico regional farmers, Mo is probably gonna end up on the bottom or last out of all of them. I mean, he has some good. He has multiple Waka and Alan Dis wins, and Andric. I mean, he has good wins. It's just I feel like you're gonna be lower down than all the others just because it's like it's not really as strong or has weirder losses at some of these events. Or does he? I know he feels like he's losing the same people. No, his losses are actually really good. Like really, really good. You can go next to Manny. Where's Manny? Or like a better version of Manny, but just slow slightly. Okay. Dude, this whole bout feels like a mess. I think that's just how it is. It's not gonna get any better. I know MPG has the 2 Zomba wins, and he also has a good Supernova, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he got upset early, but then he beat like AK and Kirash. Didn't really do anything at Collision, but then beat Zomba twice at a C tier, and that's like essentially his season. So 2 Zomba wins, an AK win, and a Kirash win, and one kind of, I mean, pretty good. This is very similar to I feel like ICM this season. I probably just put it right above Icy Mist. I do not know what your season is now, Cha. Inform me, please. Inform me, please. Oh, Jesus, that's not a good start. Oh, I think they DQ'd out. Okay. Beat Yara and Motsanabe. Saibugeki. I have a lot of empty major runs. Akak Smile to Yara again. Okay, actually, hold on now, Cha. I mean, overall, pretty solid. Pretty solid. We got Yara, Motsanabe, Akaki Kusu wins. It's like 2 Yara wins, right? I mean, that's pretty good. I feel like they're in this area. Honestly, I'd probably put them above Motsanabe. The losses were pretty good too. Very, very solid run from that. Yeah, like Laxish. Yeah. Motsanabe, Naucha. Actually, no, I think Motsanabe had better overall, better season. Very similar group of players here. Dude, my vocal cords are gonna be so fucked tomorrow. I've been talking for 5 hours straight. Alright, I do not actually remember what Nyono Kombu's season is. All I remember is what they've done so far this season. So let's see what they did last season. Not much, it looks like. Very empty, not really any wins, to be honest. Motsanabe and Rarik's win, and that's kind of it. Honestly, pretty far down there, I think. Like, I'd put Nyono Kombu really far down there, I can't lie. But yeah, number 1 player 2026. Not really much to talk about though for this second half of the year ranking. All right, Omega. No. Actually, no. I don't really know where Omega stands. He has some solid like regional performances against Georgia, but like I don't remember his majors second half of the year being good. Yeah, has Jazo wins at Invitational. Supernova's kind of nothing. His collision's not great either. Neither's his Riptide. Yeah, I would not consider Omega top 100 the second half of the year. I can't lie. Right next to Nyono Kombu, honestly. It's Death worse than Gact. Sure, I'll take your word for it. It's in this area. I mean, like, at this point, it's 4 spots. Who really cares? None of these guys are going to end up top 100 by the end of this. Ash 9. This tournament was a mess. It's so out of everywhere. Empty Riptide, but good losses. More D tiers. Kind of a bad code Crimson. Beat Poopy and Monty at the Colorado event. Dude had 3 fucking Game & Watches in a row. That's crazy. Then beat AK at Citadel. Ooh, this is a weird one. This is definitely a weird one. Definitely on the lower end. He at least has like some wins. Elijman area, Ogorioka area. Like it's solid enough. This feels right. Loopy, I feel like, is actually going to be someone we're going to have to look at a little more closely because I know they have a Toon win. I know they have AK wins. They don't have, I think, the major results backed up, but they have some pretty good wins across regionals, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, kind of an empty Supernova. Are those 2 wins the only things I could think of? Beat Base Mage and Lijman at the showcase, and I lost Ashimo Atomic. Kind of got upset at Dash Dance. Then yeah, beat Toon and Icy Mist at Over the Edge. Doesn't he have an AK win, or am I going crazy? Oh, I guess he doesn't. I don't know why I thought he did. I mean, he's down here. He does have the Toon win. His losses are, for the most part, pretty solid enough. They're mostly at D tiers, but he doesn't really have a good major performance. I put him next to Meister. That's like kind of where I'm at with it. Honestly, no, that's where I'm at with it. I got 12 left. You've been here since the beginning. Y'all are crazy, and thank you for staying. I think Poopy makes more negative Toon than it does on Bloopy. Yeah, I mean, that's why Toon's like here. That's why I don't have Toon top 10. Thank you for having us. I had like, I was like, oh, if it doesn't go for too long, maybe I'll do something else. And then I realized, no, this is going to be one of those streams. I think next stream, I need to find topics that aren't going to make the stream longer than 3 hours because the last 2 have been very long. So Rimo has that Cybergeki run. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, for the most part, any event that he's not really doing well at, his losses are actually still pretty good. So it kind of determines how much we want to say that Saibugeki run kind of carries him right now. It's not like those wins are insane. Can't wait for a 5-hour speakeasy video title. SSBU rankings are a mistake. Yeah, maybe. Feels like better than Mark, like a better Mark season. Right to Shia. They've always low-key been doing like solidly in Japan. So I'm not really surprised to see them as a potential ballot, but I feel like they've never really cracked in the top 100. I don't think they're gonna crack in the top 100 here. They have like that one Sumabata run, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, never mind. I don't even know why you're here. Let's find out. Beat Reno and Raaru, man. Got it at Umabura. Beat Rimu at a D tier. Second D tier to Kari Muzanashi, and then kind of just got bracket locked the fuck out of Kakaribi. That's unfortunate. This is a weird one, This is a weird one. Big algo bait, yeah, kind of. But like, I still would put right to Shia over like Yono Kombu. I probably wouldn't put them any higher, but not really much to talk about with them. Ryope, I've heard, has a really good second half of the year, but I've not been paying attention to their... Is it just a lot of loss posting? Is that why? Torigiri, Umeki, Kohaku wins at Umabura. Okay, they got 13th at Umabura. I didn't even realize. Similar, like, solid wins at these events, but not really, like, big. That's not part of the season, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, not really even big losses. Some solid depth wins. Honestly, not bad. Don't know where I'd put you, though. Very Lamazana pilled. Probably below Lamazana. No, probably above, actually. Put Ryope here. Ryukai. Is it just raw flow posting, right? That's what Ryukai season really is. It's just reflow posting. Reflowin. I need to see more than reflowins for me to feel like good. Tarek. Oh shit. Okay. So 3 reflowins and a Tarek win. Was Ouch win first half? Yeah, unfortunately. And like Shanique, is there a Shanique win? Oh shit, and a Shanique win, which is something we're gonna have to consider too. There are wins here. It's definitely in this category of players. I'd probably go above Loopy. Saya. I honestly am not familiar enough with Saya's season. I know they felt like they kind of got robbed the first half of the year for rankings. I don't know enough about their second year. I mean, I never see Rocks and Masa wins right off the bat. I mean, there's some solid wins and solid losses here. Nothing too crazy though. Oh, Rocky win too. And this is out season. It's like a lot of depth major wins, but nothing really crazy. Some solid losses too. It's a good spread of wins, yeah. I mean, it's like, where are the top 50 ones we have? We have Rocky, we have Krage, Yone P, Masa. It's a pretty solid spread. I'm trying to think where I want to put them. Probably like here, above Karinku. Losses are pretty good too. I don't know if I've overranked them or not. I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell. Shanique. I know Shanique has the Lugi wins. Yeah, we got a lot of D tiers, so I'm gonna look at the bigger events. Yeah, it's a 2 right now. I think the B tier and that's it. Yeah, not enough for me, sorry. Probably down here. It's just not enough. That sucks, but it's just not enough. There's not really a lot to talk about here. Susu is definitely going to be one of those. I need to see how you did against the rest of EU again. It's the MTS factor, but it's funny that they're there. Yeah, I forgot. Lost to Aspro. Raffle and Crape wins at C tiers. Siski win at Smash Mania. Moraflow wins at D tiers. Alright, you're mainly Miso Fighter at Port 2. Beat those two. Oh shit, you beat Teen Shuton at Hall of Frames? Okay. Alright, we need to talk about you and figure out where you're gonna go, because it's actually gonna be feeling like relatively high up. Because a lot of these losses at D tiers are really not that big of a deal. I did not realize Susu went hard at Hall of Frames. There's a lot of good wins here. And pretty strong losses across the board for the most part. This makes me kind of want to put Susu kind of high right now. I can't lie. Not like top 50, but like close. I might be a bit too crazy. He's not top 50? Yeah, he's not top 50. I was thinking a bit more. He's not top 50, but I think he's up here. His wins are way better than I realized. Don't care if this is crazy because EU's so high on the ranking. We need him. He's got too good of wins based on what we have here right now. That's probably too high for Susu, but I just like when I think of everyone else around him. Taike, I do not remember what the hell you did this season at all. It kind of looks like a lot of deaths wins with like, damn, best event not even in season is rough. It's like, once again, it's just not a lot. It's just not a lot. There's some good stuff in here, and the losses actually are better than I remembered. But it's empty. It feels empty. That being said, I'd still probably put him like where Marcos is. It doesn't feel that bad. I do not remember who Xavier beat at Port, but I remember it was an upset. I'm curious what Xavier's season is and why they're here. I'm very curious. It's very lost posting. Yeah, towards the bottom. Not really anything there that I can see. Sorry, but not really anything that I think is worth top 100. We're gonna be here for a while looking through yours, aren't we? How many events is here? Oh, you're gonna be tough. I have no idea where I'm putting Yeast because it's like they attend so much, but to the point where I can't even like give benefit of the doubt. And, like, some of these aren't bad. Like, some of these are actually solid losses and runs, but then like, so we got Zomba MPG wins, cool. Jesus Christ. I don't even know, man. It's so hard to figure out like exactly. Like, he has multiple Zomba wins in region, but it's just when you have the Port win at MK Leo, it just has so many losses that you don't really see on top 100 players. Even at the Leo win event, he's losing to Lucky. Yeah, that's... I don't know where to put him. Was it 2 to 3 Zomba wins and the Leo win's really good, but it's just so many losses to players who are nowhere near, or like not nowhere near, but a lot of non-top 100 ones, and it's not good at all. And the thing is, like, there's not even a lot of like wins to fill the void of the area he's lost. I was zoned out for a bit. Where do you have like MPG? That's a great question. I forgot. 78? I don't know, man. This, once I got past like 7, like this group, it just became impossible. Is he above Goryoka? Yeah, he's definitely above Goryoka. Absolutely. Because it's very similar in concept. It's a more extreme version of Goryoka, but I still think the wins are way better than Goryoka. I mean, it's a very apt comparison. Kind of similar to Ploopy. I was kind of thinking of moving Ploopy down a bit, to be honest. I'd probably put Ash above Ploopy. I will give Yeast probably, we're just, yeah, I'll put him here in 102. I don't know what to do with you, because the wins are like the best wins in the category, but the losses are kind of a person going 0-2 at C-Tiers is top 100. I mean, Ashimo went 0-2 at a local, and he's top 20 in the world. I get what you're saying, though. It's like it's such an insane gap of inconsistency. I just don't know where to put him. You know what? I will at least move Elishman up due to his consistency, as well as Kome. And then I'm probably going to put Yeast like below Goryoka. Or, yeah, below Goryoka, like 105. It's just tough. I really don't know what to do with Yeast. Alright, the kind of oddball of the bunch, YI. 3 events. I doubt you're going to be top 100, even though you have some fun upsets, but maybe Uwame, Tsubaki, and Sigma, Umaburo, which is so funny. UNAP went at a B tier, also Tawadi and Lummi, though. And they got upset really early in Kagurabi and then just didn't really do shit at it. I mean, I can't in good faith put YI in top 100. This is kind of just like Akio, but the same, kind of worse. I'm probably putting YI down here. Alright, Yuzu, do you have anything besides the Raaru win? That is my question for Yuzu. Roro. The Sumapa strikes again. Oof, that Taibugeki's rough. So we do have the win on UNP, and then Kagurabi 14s, where they beat Raaru-chan and Akio. So they got one good event. That's kind of it in terms of like, Umaburo is also pretty solid too. Above Ploopy, probably above Osh 9-2, and that's as far as I'd go. All right, last but not least, we have Zog. Outside of top 8ing Eugene Bound, I'm trying to remember what else they've done. They farm Alberta. I mean, empty Riptide, but like you lost to Raaru and Peepnut, that's fine. Lost to Gilhue, and then beat Lammers and Toon, which is pretty big, honestly. It's a pretty good run. And then back to farming Alberta for a while. Kind of empty port, unfortunately. And then kind of just trolled out of D tier, which is whatever. So we're really basing this off of Toon Lammers win. That's kind of it. Which is a bit tough, because the losses are really good. The losses are really, really, really good. But the wins are very lacking. I mean, it's enough to do pretty well this season. So the losses are really good. Yeah, I think pretty high, actually. I think that's as high as I'd go, because it's not very high quality of losses. But, I mean, not a very high quantity of wins is what I meant to say. But I'd put Zog at like 71. I think that's actually a pretty good place. You know what? No. You know what? No, actually, I might put Zog higher. No, actually 71 is where I want. No, that makes sense to me. Now I'm thinking about it a bit more. Yeah, that is it. Quite the list. I'm not changing shit. We're just gonna full send it. If it's what it is. I'm so curious to see how the final one comes out. And we ended with Motsanabe 69 as the high powers intended. There you go. Before we hit the 6-hour mark, I'm peacing the fuck out. I am not doing any more of this stream. I'm done. This was way too long.